Hello everybody and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with yet another episode of The Trials of Bhaal. The trials are commencing, my friends, so let's go around, let's figure out who we are, and of course, who we're going to be playing today. We have our Dungeon Master, Chelsea, with us today. Chelsea, how's it going?
I'm a professional, I know to unmute my mic. It is going really, really well. It's been a chill Thursday. I'm excited to be here. Today's episode is going to be kind of special. So I'm stoked. I don't have any other words. I'm stoked.
I like special. I like to feel special. Yeah. Great. Well, let's go around. We also have Mr. Shandor with us tonight. Shandor, how's it going, my friend? Shandor, you there? You hearing me? He's not hearing me. Maybe he is Shandor. Nope. All right, let's move on real quick. Madame Gandalf, do you hear me? Is it just me? Am I speaking into the void?
I do. Ah. It's like doing like the news reports, right? Where you're just like, and tuning in from the airport itself, we have this person, and they're just standing there blankly. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? All right, I'm back into the office, yeah, I'm doing really, really well. I'm excited to get to play some Ari and to find out a bit more about what on earth is going on with her and Ball Spawn and things like that, especially after triumphantly making it to the top of that volcano via T-Rex back last week. That was just a little epic. Just a few epic things last week happened, and so I'm excited, as always, with Chelsea as our leader, to see where this is going to go next.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we also have T-Mother with us today. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I am better for seeing you all here, my friends. Who are you going to be playing tonight?
Today, I am going to be playing Raka, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger. He was once a bounty hunter, but he was betrayed by his companion and fellow bounty hunter, who took the entire bounty for himself and killed him, and now he's apparently here in hell with the rest of everyone.
Awesome. Great stuff. And, of course, we have Solstin with us tonight. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, not too bad. Pretty good, actually.
Good, good.
I'm going to be playing Hollister, the Yuan-Ti sorcerer warlock. Was tracking down a cult before. Well, he made some bad decisions and ended up dying in a cell over the course of 2 weeks because of a Kenku cultist. So,
nice.
He's pretty sure he's gonna wake up dead.
Yep, looks like it. Well, as for myself, I'll be playing Finbar the Bard, the most handsome bard and famous bard in all of Bhaal's realms. Finbar is incredibly beautiful on the outside and incredibly ugly on the inside. He's sick of this place. But now he's got hundreds of Ari clones around him, so his day's just gotten a bit better. We'll get into that in a few moments, I'm sure. Before we get into the game, I'll remind you guys, of course, that we're sponsored today here by Fancy Grounds. That's not how you spell sponsor. There you go. FancyGrounds.com. You can check out their virtual tabletop. We use it here on Encounter Roleplay for all of our games. There's a free demo version that you can try out on their page or on Steam. And, of course, they have their first licenses, which begin at just $4. So definitely go and check them out, my friends, and enjoy all the dice rolls and images and tokens from Fancy Grounds. And, of course, waylandgames.co.uk for all of your miniature needs. If you are a D&D lover or an RPG fan or a wargaming fanatic, then definitely check out waylandgames.co.uk. All of their line of minis are up to 20% off the retail value. Same goes for all their D&D books and products on their site over there. Of course, you guys can interact with today's game. If you haven't followed the show yet, go ahead and do so. Also, here is the tweet for you guys. When we hit 20 followers, 20 retweets on that tweet, you guys get to decide something which happens next in our game. And last but not least, you can affect the game via donations by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. We're going to try and get Shandor back to hearing us. We're going to get him back here in a second. But in the meantime, Chelsea, do you want to remind us what happened the last time on the show?
Yes, of course. I apologize. My allergies are a mess here in Georgia. Okay. So, Ari was actually not with us last week. We had a little quest after recovering Finbar's ego, in fact. Ari is right. It was her that managed to get his kind of ego, which had manifested in this ball of light from the top of the volcano. And at that moment, when Ari grabbed it, kind of held it up triumphantly, she disappeared. Finbar's ego disappeared, and everybody was kind of dropped in this giant holding facility with hundreds of clones of Bhaal's mortal form. They were all ushered into a giant ritual, I guess you could say, where bodies were hanging from the ceiling. There was a giant vat of blood, and after some combat dumping the blood out, they were able to actually leave and escape, but not before Bhaal was re-risen. His ego, his id, and his super ego were all brought back together. And because we used Finbar's ego, he of course did take the physical form of Finbar. So there are now 2 Finbars out there. One Bhaal and one, well, normal Finbar, I guess. And Bhaal made it very clear. What could be more terrifying? Bhaal made it clear, in fact, that his goal was to come back to the mortal realm, try to relive out his life in place of Finbar. Our game ended with, well, there was a strange peacock seduction situation that we don't have to relive for my own personal traumatic experiences.
Why not, though?
And yeah, and we ended the episode with Derek's water breaking, and we were quickly rushed to Bhaal's medical facility to find out that there were hundreds and hundreds of cloned Aries. They had cloned her into multiples because she is in fact the perfect incubation pod for his Bhaal spawn. And all of these Aries are busy having babies alongside, what was it? It was Derek and his evil twin, I believe. So that is where we ended, in this medical facility, watching as our 2 friends and their clones give birth to these disgusting Bhaal spawn. But this week's episode is not about having babies. No, not this week. That's gonna be in a few weeks. We're gonna let all the like in between babies, between baby time. This week is about Ari. See, Ari went missing for a few episodes. The real question is, what happened to Ari while she was gone? What, in fact, did Bhaal's minions really put her under? Because Bhaal was not in his truest form. Ari, you don't remember much. You remember being rolled out on this cold metal slab, strapped down, and the prick of a needle hits your arms as somebody pumps some kind of liquid into you, and you quickly fall asleep. Ari, tell me a little bit about where you grew up. Who are Ari's parents? What was her childhood like?
When it comes to Ari, she has no idea who her father was. Her mother was a whore. And so she was kind of brought up amongst whores and taught to steal to kind of make her way until she was old enough to become one herself. But when she was old enough to become one herself, she was like, yeah, no thanks. Not about that life. I kind of like the stealing thing. Kind of into this now. I'm in too deep. And so would make her way on the streets, like stealing from people. And eventually that turned into more hired sword kind of jobs, bringing in the assassin rogue that she has come to be. And it was just a means to an end to make more money. And she kind of doesn't really care anymore because no one cared about her. So why should she give a fuck about anyone else?
Oh, no, of course. Why should she? So all you remember is that prick in your arm. And then you hear something in your mind. You're not sure if it's a dream or what it is. But there's a voice that says, Ari, you are the perfect mother. But we must know, do you have the heart of a child? And you are awakened by this rap-tap-tap on a deep wooden door. And this quaint voice goes, coming! And as you sit up, you're in a bed. Pretty comfy one, in fact. Some kind of, like, wool fur blanket on top of it. You're sitting in a room? Your room?
Okay, I must really be in hell if this is happening.
And you look down at your hands and your feet and go, wait a second. There's no belly. You're an adolescent, Ari. You couldn't be older as a half-elf than about 30. Totally in your adolescence. Tiny. You're basically the baby Muppet version of yourself. And you hear this woman's voice. Yeah, you hear this woman's voice go, Ari, your friends are here.
Coming.
I'm about to be a terrible friend.
And your feet, almost out of your control, carry you down the hallway of a familiar house, but not a familiar house. These memories flash through your mind of living here, but you know Ari didn't grow up in a home. And sure enough, you walk into this kind of small foyer in this wooden cabin, and there is a very lovely elven woman standing there. She's kind of petite, and next to her a man, and they look like the perfect blend of you, Ari. And she has opened the door, and in that doorway stands 4 adolescent friends. A taxaby, what is that? Unti? Is that what it says? Sorry, I can't read it. Dwarf and oh, it is UNT. Sorry, it's tiny on my screen. Dwarf and another half elf. All of them stand there, waving at you. The 4 of you have no idea how you got here. You just know you woke up to Finbar rap-tap-tapping on a door.
Oh my god. Also, Chelsea, here's a donation to throw the biggest, baddest thing possible directly at me from Irvin Lady.
Great. Biggest, baddest thing possible at Finbar.
Doesn't have to be a people.
It doesn't... that might be the worst thing I've ever put myself or you through, so it was fine.
do I know why I'm here, Chelsea, as a younger Finbar?
The only memory that plays through your mind is Mombar kissing you on the cheek, handing you a plate of cookies, which are still in your hand, and sending you off down the road. Have a good time at your sleepover! And your feet almost unnaturally carried you here.
Oh my...
Mombar.
Ari, is that you? I brought some friends. I brought some friends.
I thought they must have been yours, because I don't remember having any.
Honestly,
and your mother goes, Ari, how rude of you. You know these. These are your friends from school. Come in. And she ushers all 4 of you from the stoop into the house.
Not
Pretty sure this is the first time I've ever met a tabaxi.
We're long-time friends.
Oh. Well,
I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't remember any of you.
It's quite menacing, really. What about you?
Sorry?
Wolf doesn't remember anything either.
To be honest, I don't know who any of you are.
No. Well, we're here. We have cookies. We should probably get to it.
I think I have a zip coming right here. Right here.
She goes,
Can you see
honey,
it?
don't touch it.
Don't.
Ari, don't touch it. It'll make it worse. It'll make it worse. And then she looks to her husband, and her husband goes, aren't they just the cutest? Look at
Hang
him.
on a minute. And I look at Lisa and I'm like, Ari, do you ever remember having a father? I'm sure we were rife with daddy issues. That's one of the main reasons I'd like you.
Yeah, that's why I slept around quite a bit when I got older. It was purely, that commitment issues and, abandonment. Yes. Exactly. So, that just makes logic. I do fit the mold. So, no, I don't remember you either.
Do you remember dying, everyone? The point where we're all dead, and then we're in this awful place?
I've had a dream where I was drowning in gold. But quite literally drowning, I could not breathe because gold was filling my lungs.
Was anyone else dying or almost about to die?
Oh, I just spent the last 2 weeks in a cell.
I remember I was with my fellow bounty hunter on a hunt, and we drank quite a bit, and I fell asleep. Next thing I know, I am here.
What about you, Dwarf?
I was in my tree, counting my money, and then I heard a knock on the door, but surely it wasn't nothing bad.
You count money in trees too? Oh, yes. I like him already.
Which tree?
Well, it's my bar tree, of course.
Right.
Wait, did you say
Okay.
laboratory?
No, my bar tree.
Oh, okay. For a moment, I thought you were making a very scientific joke. I was impressed.
Now, is that a
It's
tree
my
made of a
little
bar or a bar made of a tree?
That would have been better.
It's a bar made out of
Ah.
a tree for the cats.
Mmm.
For cats.
Well, he's always
Cats.
definitely
Alright.
dead inside, at the very least.
Ari's father looks down and he says, my, they talk like they're adults, don't they? Like they've got, listen to their little adventures. She goes, oh, I know, honey, I just love their imagination. Okay, well, the sleeping bags are in the next room. Ari knows, and we've got
I'm
snacks
sure-
in the kitchen, and we're gonna leave you alone now, okay? And they like
I'm
creep out of
sure,
the room.
Ari, you would have told me if your mother was such a MILF. I mean,
I'm going to have to agree with this
the other
statement.
room, shall we? Let's
And
just
your
get
dad
into the
too,
other
I
room.
mean. Come on.
And as Ari begins to push all of you like in that direction, you hear her parents click a door on the other side of the room close. And as the click happens, your senses shift and the lights go out. The room goes dark.
Well, I guess it's bedtime already.
A candle
is
lights
weird.
up at the far end of the room. There are sleeping bags around, kind of in a circle. And the candle sits in the center of the room, just like a little sleepover.
This is weird. Your parents are strange, if they are real. I remember being a lot
See-
older than this.
I remember the person who was my father for the week changing almost every day.
Well, that makes one of us who even had one.
I'm pretty sure you're all part of my drunken delirium. So I'll go along with this fun.
All right. Well, I will take this sleeping bag.
Right. I'll take
s-
this one.
Really
I
sleepy.
Wait a
neither, but I suggest maybe we watch the candle.
I'm going to try
I don't
the
really want
door.
that thing to go out.
Is the door locked?
It is not, actually.
Stay here. I'm going to take a look around. And I'm going to
follow
sit
right
down.
Crackers and cheese.
You
Sure.
like creak the door open. Yeah, it's crackers and cheese. Like take it with you as you're like munching on it through a house that you don't really know. It is a quaint home, but like well put together and kept. It's clean, and there is like Ari's drawings on the wall from when she was a kid, and things are around. And you kind of come across clearly a sitting area. The fire is crackling, and her parents lay there asleep, just kind of like snuggled in each other's arms. Her parents.
Finbar,
I look
what
out-
do you see?
I see sleeping parents. I'm probably looking quite strange right now watching people sleep. I'm going to see.
Do they
what
look
the
like
outs-
cultists?
They. Yes.
Good question.
It's immediately yes, they do.
You guys can roll an insight if you want. Do you guys all go like peek around the corner and stare at Ari's sleeping parents?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can imagine like that like trio in the doorway
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like, head sticking out.
14.
What do you see?
A 14.
half elf I see.
Ooh, I got
Okay.
21.
Insight.
And at
Insight.
21, there is no doubt in your mind. Oh, Lord, and Ari, these are just normal people. They seem very average, and they clearly are sleeping. They just seem to be Ari, the only thing more that you'll notice is the fact that like you didn't have parents, so it feels weird that you're having these nostalgic feelings for something that never really happened to you.
It's either that or like I'm getting like kids view, the kid where you
Yeah.
deem everything that wasn't there as a monster when actually the real reflection back you're like, is this actually what it was like? I just viewed everything as a monster because I was a kid and I didn't know any better. So either way, Ari's so confused right now.
Yeah,
So confused. And
you-
wait, if she's my mum, Finbar, if you poke her hard enough, she still won't wake up because she's had too much to drink.
Good idea.
So
I'll give her a
just-
poke.
Are you gonna poke her mom?
Yes.
She goes, oh,
Oh my God.
Definitely not my mother. Definitely not my
She,
mother.
like,
Honk, honk.
Pineapples.
You guys like. She's like, I'm sorry, Finbar, I don't have any pineapple. Ari, what if we told you about playing with formaldehyde? You can't. Can I get you something, maybe something hot to drink? Would you like some tea?
I don't trust any of this. Yes, tea.
Yes, Mom.
Run along now.
Formaldehyde, Finbar.
What the hell is wrong with this woman? Why won't she give me pineapples?
She's an imposter. All mothers are drunk.
Should we?
I don't know if that's
kill her?
entirely true.
Should we kill her?
I check to see if I have my sword.
You guys have wooden versions of everything that you had on you, like
Awesome.
childhood toy versions of them. Like daggers and things, and you strapped them on with parents' belts, and your clothes are probably a little too big and hanging. It's clear that you guys probably hang out together as, like, you know, the adventuring kids. She goes, well, screw along.
We're gonna pick today.
Yeah, I'll bring it to you. And she says, just be careful. Ari, why don't you play Duck, Duck, Goose? I know how much you love that game.
Pretty sure haven't played Duck, Duck, Goose in at least 30 years.
Oh, she goes, silly, Ari, you're not 30. And she boops you on the nose.
I feel so violated by my own mother. So where on the doll did she touch you? Right here, right on the nose. Just no.
She booped me. So, anybody else? Yeah.
Let's retreat back to the room.
Ari nods her head like furiously.
You guys like run back to what was kind of Ari's bedroom, and when you pop the door open, the sleeping bags are still there, but they're all pinned to the wall, and the center space in the room is completely empty, sans the candle in the middle, which is still aflame.
All right, so the candle is probably a demon, and it's a good thing we weren't in those sleeping bags. We'd be on that wall right now.
Yes, I agree.
Let's put the candle out.
I can try to control the flame.
That should be pretty.
I'm gonna try produce flame on it.
Okay, you want to like add flame to it?
Yeah, see what happens.
When you add flame to it, the candle burns faster. The space kind of lights up, and you can see the dimensions of the walls. Like I said, the sleeping bags are now pinned to it, but the space is open. It's wooden floor. It's as if somebody cleared out Ari's bedroom. Still seems to be part of the house, but there's an empty space. And about the time you do this, you hear the pitter-patter of tiny little feet. And the door burst open, and there stands a smaller, even younger half-elf. Ari! And her friends are here! And in runs like a mini-me Ari. Clearly maybe a younger sibling or cousin. And she's like running around in a circle, clapping her hands. Yeah. Can we play Duck, Duck, Goose? Can we play Duck, Duck, Goose?
I crouch low and pull out my wooden rapier and back up to the wall.
I want to try and subtly trip this child with Mage Hand.
Oh, these are all so much my people. So much my people. Child comes running up, here's the sword. Child comes running up, how do I trip you over? Like, these are my people.
Just quick roll me a dex, and I'll roll a dex against you. Just keep all your modifiers for now. Basically, what I'm doing is, since you guys are children birds and yourself, I'm making everything more difficult versus you skewing your stats.
So just a dex check?
Yeah, you gotta beat an 18. Oh,
I got an 18.
So, the little female child was like, ah! Don't smack and hit the ground. And she starts just like wailing.
I immediately dismiss Mage Hand.
Ari,
I don't know what the hell just happened.
Hit me! Ari's mom comes running. Ari, did you hit your sister?
She was just a clumsy little girl.
I did not lay a hand upon her.
You know what? Because you were mean to your sister, you have to play a game of Duck, Duck, Goose with her. Sit down, everybody, all of you.
Mom!
Circle up.
As I am the most honest person here, I can swear that she tripped over her own feet.
I saw it. I agree.
She goes, I love to know that Ari's friends stick up for her. But she looks over at the crying sibling who's just like, still crying, and she goes, the only way she's gonna stop Ari is for us to play a game.
Wait. Woman, listen. Every time some freaky shit starts happening around here, there's some kind of... This is little kids talking to her like this. There's some kind of challenge or trial involved, right?
Your voice goes
so
up on
what's the challenge or trial here?
A
Rather than
trial
being
involved.
freaky, some kind of trial is involved with all of this. So, come on now, fess up. What is it? Some freaky ritual you need us to do? Or we need to bathe in some blood? Or there's a lottery, but everyone's actually trying to be killed? Weird stuff's been happening recently, and this is part of it. Last time I was in a tavern and I almost got fucked by a peacock. So, excuse me if I'm not going to just lay down here and... So, are you going to tell me?
Are you disappointed or relieved about the peacock?
Yeah, what was that last thing about the peacock? That's, what?
A little bit of column A, a little bit
Tell
of
me
column
about
B.
this peacock.
Sounds like you've had as bad luck in taverns as I have.
I don't know what to say. Now, you know very well you are too young for taverns, and I don't understand what a peacock is, though I assume it is a reference to a very pretty girl, and I don't like the way that you are speaking to me.
Pretty
All I
boy.
am asking... Oh, Finbar. Oh, I didn't know.
What?
I understand everything now, Finbar.
I'm not sure that you do understand anything.
She goes, Ari, you're a good friend. And she like pats you on the shoulder and she says, so play a game with your sister so she can go to bed?
Yes, Mom.
Great. And she like sets the tray of tea down and she says, and be careful. Don't scare yourselves too much. And clicks the door closed.
All right.
Sorry, if
She's
you were
fucking-
getting
she's
like done by a
fucking crazy.
peacock, I know you'd only go for the pretty ones, and those are the males.
He was more going for me. It was a whole thing. But let's see here. We can all agree that this is weird, right? This is strange. None of us remember
Absolutely.
being here. None of us are friends with one another. I honestly don't think I'd be friends with any of you in the best scenarios. So let's consider what might have happened. It's possible. Thank you. It may have been that we're all having some kind of strange magical dream. Could be. What I think has happened from personal experience is that we are in a place of Bhaal's realm. Now this guy, hang with me here because there's a lot of Bhaals. He's the god of
Great.
murder. Okay.
Oh, that
And,
makes sense.
Well, yes. Especially the peacock. He's a god of murder and he's got his own realm that he brings adventurers to when they die. You're all adventurers, right? Some regard.
Yes.
Ah, shit, yeah.
I've been
And
called
so
worse.
was I. And so was Ari. It's likely
Yeah, I think we're
that
all in
he's-
roughly the same ballpark.
Yes, it's likely
Murderers,
that
the
we're...
scoundrels.
Right. So, there's some freaky trial going on here, testing Ari, maybe because we're back at your family home, although none of these people are real.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Last thing I remember, whether it was a dream or not, at least my belly was like out here and wriggling with like quintuplets of
Your
sorts.
sister goes, Ari.
Sounds unfortunate.
That's just us playing house.
I'm so glad I didn't have a childhood like that.
I thought
What
my
is this
childhood
duck
was
duck?
bad.
Well, can we
What is
play a
this
game
duck
now?
duck
What
do?
is your name? What is your name, little mini me?
Oh, I'm Kari.
That's a shit name.
I'm
Couldn't
your
come up with anything
sister,
better.
Kari.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
Nope.
That's
I'm-
made up.
I'm-
There's no
I'm
way
Kari.
anyone's named Kari.
Impossible.
No, Bari maybe, but Kari, no.
You're being mean to me again. I'm gonna come on.
Oh god.
Let's play
Alright,
this goose
Duck.
game.
And she just keeps patting her sister on the head like, Duck,
You know,
Duck.
if you don't want to play Duck Duck Goose, I have a scarier game we could play.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
We're listening.
So
Hit me with the cult shit.
So the girls at school, they told me that if you stare in a mirror in the dark and you say the name Bloody Mary 13 times, she'll come out. Oh, and I heard this other one. Mm-hmm.
She'll come out of the closet, or what are you saying?
No, she comes out of the mirror. I've seen it happen. Happened once. David was a good man.
There's another
It's a shame,
one. Have
really.
you ever heard of the Candyman? The Candyman. You have to
No.
race him to the light.
Heard
he'll
of the
get you with
muffin?
his
Does he mix it with chocolate to make the world taste good?
Oh no, that's the gnome that comes out of the mirror to eat your candies.
Fuck that gnome.
You have a very
Don't
weird
touch
sister.
my candy.
What if you don't have
She's actually
candy?
making more sense to me than I want to believe.
Yeah.
Mirrors.
So do you want
We
to
can
try
play
the
Dead Dance if
goose
you
or the
want.
mirror?
I'm more tempted by the mirror. I feel like they wouldn't. A mirror can be many things. It's a reflection into one's inner self as well as a reflection as to our outer self. It could be a representation of many things. And so I think we should go with the mirror.
You know what? It may be crazy, but there is some kind of challenge. That maybe this is the challenge that's being presented to us.
To choose between duck, duck, goose and a mirror.
Well, it's better than fuck, fuck, peacock. I can tell you that much.
Is it though? Is it
My
really?
favorite game.
I can tell you.
I don't know, that sounds like finger licking good, you know?
Ooh.
Well, Kari, do you have a mirror, and would you like to demonstrate?
Sounds like it could be a foul time.
Well, we could, yeah, I guess. We could go to Mom's dresser room. She's got a mirror there with all her pretty dresses.
There might be something inside the dresser that's worth taking.
Have we checked under the bed?
I
There's
mean,
no
it
bed
wouldn't
in
be
the
out of
room.
character for me. I stole out of my mum's drawer a lot of times.
How are these backpacks attached to the wall? Are they just stapled, or are they just magically
You're
adhered?
welcome. It looks like they're magically adhered in some way, and the sister has not noticed them at all. They're just kind of like out of the way and like pinned to the wall.
Okay.
She goes, oh, or we could play Ring Around the Rosie. I love that one. We get to all fall down in the end.
I've spent enough time doing that. No.
Let's go to the dresser and see the mirror.
Wasted years on that game. It's a real time ball.
Oh no,
All
I'm
right.
talking about a real plague.
Oh no, I was. No, so was I. How about we try and get out of here? How about that?
I
Sneak
wanted
out
to
a
see what
window.
was in the dresser.
Well, where are you gonna go?
Adventures.
It's some
Have you ever
what we
played
did.
hide and seek
Mm-hmm.
in the dark?
I love hide and seek.
You go
Have you ever
hide,
played it
and
in
you
the
go seek.
dark? Exactly.
Oh, are we gonna hide? Are you gonna come find me, Ari?
Yep, we're gonna come find you. And the hard part is that only one of you is hiding. So the rest of us have to find you. So it makes it even harder. I believe in you. I think you can hide really, 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 really well if you want to.
I don't think
and you
can
won't
do
come
it.
out of hiding.
Why don't
Finbar, do you really think she can't do it?
I can do it?
I'm not sure that she can.
I can do it.
I think you're going to have to prove it.
All
I
right.
think Finbar has a very compelling argument along with this Yuan Ti here.
Prove it. Prove it.
What?
Prove it.
Okay. All right.
One
Okay, but
left.
you have to hide your eyes. That's how it works.
Fun. All right.
Fine. We'll count to
Fine.
20 with our eyes closed.
Okay. If you're gonna peek, you have to roll me a deception.
Luckily, I'm good at that.
I'm gonna
lying.
peek, but I have terrible deception.
Oh, Finbar's like.
Yeah.
I'm a good liar. I'm an expert at this game.
You're so manipulative.
What we're doing, deception?
Yeah, if you want to deceive her that you're actually peeking to see
Oh,
which
God.
way she
Yes.
Yeah, Ari sees it too.
I'm an esports professional when it comes to
Oh
hiding.
my gosh.
Oh god, I got
Oh, damn.
I got
So-
a 1 with the -2 modifier.
Wow.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, you shield your eyes. You shield your eyes and see absolutely nothing. You're so genuine. It's so cute. And she looks and thinks that you guys are everybody. She sees the Tabaxi a little bit, and she says, "I see you peeking. Cover your eyes."
Fine.
And I'm sure you play along. She's okay. Count to 20. Go. And you guys hear her feet like. She runs
4,
out
6,
of the
8, 10, 12,
single
20.
door. And you hear her like click, the door closed. And once again, as the door closes, everything around you changes. And when you remove your hands, you're standing outdoors on what looks to be some kind of field, maybe? There are lots of adolescent kids around, as if maybe it's the field of a school. And the 5 of you are lined up, arm in arm, across from another line of much meaner looking adolescent monsters. There's 2 owl bears, an ogre, and 2 goblins.
Is it still the middle of the night?
It is not. It is daylight.
Okay.
Kids are like laughing in the background, playing. It's like recess. And one of the ogre steps forward, or one of the orcs steps forward, and he goes, Red Rover, send Ari over."
Your friend wants you.
He steps back in line and grabs hands with his friend again. Has Ari ever, better yet, has Alex ever played Red Rover?
I have not.
Oh, okay. This is a very American-style children's game. You line up across from one another. It's very simple.
Okay.
Everybody holds hands as tight as you can, and one person from the opposite team runs as. This is my nightmare, for the record. One person runs as fast as you can towards the other line and tries to break the line of
Bulldog.
people holding. Yeah, it's
In
basically
the,
bulldog.
the
Oh, is that what you
UK
guys call it?
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
What is it called?
Red
Bulldog.
Red Rover. That's what we call it.
Oh!
Bulldog, I think is. Yeah. Yep. So they're
What is
playing a game of Bulldog, and the team across from you seems very mean. And like I said, this orc child has stepped out in his gruff voice. I guess he's already hit puberty. Calls out Ari and says, "Come on, Ari."
Well, just with
I
that
think you should
tone,
go
I feel
kick
like
his
I have
ass.
to step forward. Yeah, I'm feeling you.
Mhm.
I'm feeling you. What is
Alright.
what is your name, sir?
Hollister.
Holly. Thank you so much, Holly.
Sure, we'll go with that. Why not?
And she bounds forward with a new extra confidence in her newfound companionship with Holly. And steps into the middle of the line.
All right, steps into the middle, and he's called you over, so it's your turn to charge their line, Ari. He's calling you out to make the run. So you have to charge their line. So what's going to happen is you're going to roll an athletics. They're going to simply roll a strength check. Basically an average strength check. Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to add something like the haka to inspire everyone on my side and intimidate everyone else on the other side?
I
am in New Zealand, so I'm immediately like haka.
Yeah, so why don't you could actually roll me an intimidation check if you want.
Yes.
You gotta tell me what you say though, or what you do on the other side of the Red Rover line.
Oh, I will happily demonstrate.
I'm sure you will.
Can I do guidance too to give it a D4 advantage?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. What do you say?
I have to touch you. I
Ari?
hope that's all right.
Let's pretend that everything I'm currently about to say is Elven, okay? Let's just, in the world of fantasy that we are in D&D, let's pretend what I'm saying is Elven. And you're just going to have this moment where I'm like, like doing the full-on, like, slapping the thighs.
Did any of you catch any of that? I didn't understand a word.
They
No
start
idea.
whispering on the other side, and they push one of the like smaller goblins that are on the ends of the lines up, and he goes, "Oh, hey, You can't use magic, so that's cheating, and whatever you're doing, you're being weird, just do it!
Not magic! Bah.
And the goblin steps back in line. So here's what I'm gonna say. Ari, you've been given the inspiration bonus, right? Which was a D4, you said?
Yeah.
To her roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna get a D4 to your roll. I'm gonna still have you roll the athletics. You have to tell me which, like, 2 people you're running through, because we're taking an average of their strength scores against your score.
I would like to find the weak one there.
So the weakest link would be on the ends. It's very clear they've put the 2 the 2 bugbears on either side of the one orc, and then the goblins on the end. So you could do the bugbears and goblins, or bugbear and orc.
Okay. Yeah, let's go for the weakling on the end and see if we can kind of wrap our group around them and then do a whole, like, squish.
All right, killer.
Kind of thing.
So here's what we're gonna do. So they roll not very well together, so they only average a 12. I'm going to take a disadvantage on them, so we're gonna roll one more time and just see if it's worse. So they will, in fact, man, that sucks. They take 11. So all you have to beat is 11 athletics to break through them.
Okay, so here's the athletics roll on its own.
Kill it.
Well,
Kill
and
it.
then the D4 to, like, add to the death of
Okay.
just the one. But hey,
Oh man, a dirty 20. So you guys see Ari like a bull kick a foot, and she just like tears ass across this field, probably 20 or 30 yards across. The orc and the 2 bugbears realize that you're going for the end, and are like, and panic at the last second. And the poor goblin that they pushed forward is like, ah! As you go to rush through, you were just like so intimidating. He like pulls free, and you break right through the line, no problem. And you hear off in the distance a teacher go, "Point to Ari's team."
and she's just gonna
Who the hell's
lift the
that?
arms of the 2 people that are holding onto her. Just, yeah!
And they like snatch away. Stop that! Your turn to pick somebody to run through your line.
Uh-oh.
Get that filthy little goblin.
Yeah.
So we have a
We're in tune right now. Tabaxi gets me right now. We're going after that goblin.
Let me grab.
Are you gonna eat him?
Maybe.
I might just do that.
I'll help.
I mean, sorry,
Why not?
he might just do that.
We're in the weirdest dream sequence I've ever seen. Who's to say I'm not going to eat the goblin?
That's fair. If we're dead, does it really matter?
Oh crap, are we dead?
Suddenly,
Pretty
so many
sure.
things are making
Pretty
sense.
sure.
Pretty sure.
Wait, no. That can't.
Point of
be
no
right.
return,
We'll just-
really.
we'll just play
This
the
seems
game.
like hell to
Okay.
me, so I'm pretty sure we're dead.
Well, this is better than
I'm
my
like
childhood. So
97% certain.
I drank enough to
97%.
kill an ox.
There is a chance.
I drank enough to kill an ox last night, so maybe I am dead.
I had enough plague to kill a city.
Well, this is
I
still
mean,
better than my childhood, so I'm gonna run with it.
All right, so who are you guys calling over from the line? You got to step up and say Red Rover. Actually, for this, we're gonna say Red Ranger. Send so and so right
God.
over.
Red Ranger,
Well, I
Red
can't go
Ranger, Gnome Bugger, you are whatever the rest of this thing is. You.
And you point to the goblin, and he steps forward. He goes, he points. Me.
Do
Yeah,
it short
goblin
stack.
thing.
They like pat him on the back and get him out. Yeah. You know, like I don't know, jocks do, and they like push him forward, and he's like, and he's gonna make his run.
My tail is angrily flicking over the top of my head.
I was about to say, how are you guys? I'll let you guys decide. You said Ari was in the middle. Who's on either side of Ari?
I'll be on
Was
one
it-
side.
All right,
I'll be
Finbar's
on the
one side.
right.
All right, and then that'll put. We'll say
Guess I'll be on
Hollister's
the
on one
left.
end, and Marzin's on the other. Okay, great. I just needed a lineup. He looks down the line of you and decides on. Actually, he's gonna run right through the 2 half elves. He's gonna go Ari and Finbar. He feels like that's the the best he can do. And he's gonna roll. Here we go. This is gonna be bad, just so everybody knows. All right, he rolled a 16. I need for for Finbar and Ari to both roll a strength check, and we're gonna average your scores.
No, sorry.
Oh wait, do we still have the inspiration?
Ari
buddy.
does, or is it a radius effect? Because if it does, Finbar also gets it.
No, it's direct touch. So
Ari does
There he
get
goes.
it, which you can still save it with a good roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's add my D4 to that one then.
Oh yeah, roll the D4.
Come on.
That's right.
okay,
Nice.
you got the 4.
Okay.
So unfortunately, the average together is still only 10. Here's what I'll say: Finbar sees him coming right for his space, and that's the moneymaker. And Finbar, like, he just like,
My space.
the guy was like, as it runs across this field, like screaming and wailing with all its might. And and Finbar like dodges away, and it does manage to break through, and you hear them on the other side. And the guy was like,
That would have hurt. That would have
Like
really
bolts.
hurt.
He's small. Buddy.
Finbar,
Mean. He looked mean. Yes.
I have to say, in that moment, you were just a little bit less attractive than usual. And that's Ari's way of saying, like, I'm disappointed in you. And walks away.
This time, the same goblin, when he gets back to his line, steps up and he goes, Red Rover, we call Marzen over. Or Red Ranger, I'm
It's
sorry, I
like
said
that
that.
fitty little thing.
Okay.
So you also have to tell me, are you going to go through the Goblin Inn, or are you going to go through the heavier center area?
Merton isn't very smart. He's gonna go right for the center.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's enjoying this in his weird way, so he's just gonna run with it.
Okay. So let's roll an athletics. So that's your roll. We'll see how you do. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Here we go. They did not roll well at all. They definitely won't beat that 16, even with their stuff. And you guys watch as Marzen. Do you want to describe how you run across the field and burst through this orc and bugbear?
Yeah. This guy is. Yeah, he's had a really bad childhood. He was barbarian, wheel of pain, so he's used to running around. And he sees this, and he just bolts it. And he charges into the bear, and he knocks him over, and they do this sort of turning thing, and then he's standing there and trying to help the bear up afterwards, because he's a pretty good guy.
Oh, you are muted, Chelsea.
Oh, I am muted. I'm sorry. You guys tumble, and you see the bugbear like pull back from you. Oh, I don't want your help. And he like helps himself up, and the woman that's been keeping score goes, no roughhousing on the field. Point for Ari's team. 3 wins.
There we go.
Yes.
All teamwork. Teamwork.
All right.
Yes.
And the bugbear like
Teamwork.
he like poofs up a little bit. He's like, He goes, call your next one over. We'll be ready. He goes and lines back up, and you're able to join your team, Marzen.
Okay.
You're all turn to call somebody over.
Are we supposed to call someone different, or how does this work?
You have to call somebody you
know.
haven't called before.
Who's the next smallest?
So there are 2
Listen.
goblins.
Let's get that other nasty goblin.
I went over there. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Don't like the look of him.
All right.
Don't like the cut
So
of
we
his
go.
jib.
So what do we say? We say Red Ranger, and Goblin to, I don't know, to danger.
That's good. I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, bravo. And the other goblin steps forward. And, he looks around too, and his team hypes him up. Same thing, and he goes, okay. And then he just like tears ass running across the
My
field, and
God.
he is going this time to go for Finbar and actually no. He's gonna go for Hollister and Raka. So down at the end, he's kind of picking up on what you guys are putting down. So I need the both of you to roll me strengths against his athletics.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You guys
Hey.
clothesline this goblin. Just take him right off his feet. You guys are like holding hands, and as soon as he gets close enough, it's almost like both of you lean a little bit, your hands come up, and you guys just like basically knock his head off. And he goes as he hits the ground, and you hear the woman again, "No roughhousing on the field."
High claw.
High five. Yeah.
And he you guys hear his friends on the other side go, "No!" Ah! One of them like punches the ground, and he gets up, and he's like, you guys have knocked the breath out of him. You know, like when you knock the breath out of a kid, they like walk all hunched over. He's like, as he tries to cross back across to the other side of the field. Yeah, you guys totally just kicked his ass.
Walk it off, snot rag.
I was about to say a point ahead now. And this time the owlbear steps forward and he goes, "My turn. I send over." And he makes eyes and he says, "The pretty one. Red Ranger, we call Finbar over."
Oh, I thought you meant me.
I thought you said the pretty one. Yeah, me.
I picture him with acne. I don't know why he has acne as a teenager, but I'm sure he does. And it's Finbar's turn. Finbar gets to come over. So Finbar, you make the running.
So
you get
the
to make
aim
your
of this
athletics
game
time.
is I've got to run through their team, right?
Yeah, you have to
That's
break
the
their
rules?
arms. That's the rules.
Break their arms? Jesus.
Yeah, the idea is the breaking, like you have to break their hands apart. That's what I'm trying to say.
I can't just run through them. I have to break the arms.
I mean, you can try. Yeah, the point is to like break the line of them.
I was just gonna misty step through them. All right, fine.
Not a bad plan.
Fine. I'll run towards them and I will cast Thunder Wave as I get
Nice.
close.
I love it.
And
Okay.
con saving throws, I think.
Okay, cons from them. Who are you running through? The goblin ends or the like center course group?
Goblins on the lines. Yeah, little weak arms.
Okay. All right. So, my goodness, here's what we're gonna do. Why don't you roll? I'm still gonna have you roll the athletics because you're kind of like running and casting your thunder wave.
Okay.
But I do love the idea of the thunder wave, so we'll add that to it, and they're gonna make these con saves.
That's a 21 on athletics.
Oh man,
God.
you like you didn't even get that like hip jump of a start as you like run across the field. I'm pretty sure if I am correct. That is, he failed. So the goblin, of course, on the end, who already his breath's knocked out, he's still like trying to catch his breath from the last round, and the one next to him.
I'm gonna like try and physically break his arm because that's what I heard with my Thunder Wave to like
Oh my
snap the bone.
And you want
That's the game, right?
You watch
Win
this
at all
goblin.
Oh man.
So tell me exactly how you do this, Finbar. You start running across the field. How does it look like
Okay,
as
yeah.
you cast Thunder Wave?
So I run across the field and I like grab his arm and I cast Thunder Wave on the arm. So a force of like thunderous explosion ripples out across the arm as I touch him. And I say Thunderdome. No.
It's actually your Thunderdome, and you watch something about it like supercharges it, and the goblin's arm cracks under the thunder wave, and he goes "Ah!" as he shouts out, and the owlbear next to him goes, "Finbar hurt him! Finbar hurt him!" And
The arm breaking was a nice touch.
Subjective.
So
Subjective.
what's the rules?
the
Name of the game.
I mean, I would have done the exact same thing.
I was about to say, the woman comes running over, and of course, because you guys are all adolescents, you're getting that like view of looking up at someone, and she comes over and points down, and she says, "Who did this? Did you break his arm? Oh my gosh!" And she like scoops him up and carries this.
That's the
crying goblin
game.
right to her.
He's set to break their arm.
He seems
So I
very
did.
sick and weakly. I think he just hurt his own arm. It was gonna happen eventually.
I'll see you at the
Semi-broken
tip.
The tiny
rules.
Tim.
It was half broken already.
Tiny Tim with the tiny broken limb.
That's right. Tiny Tim's tiny limbs.
True
Oh my
story.
Snapped right off.
Yeah, she looks right at Finbar and says, "I'll see you in detention." And as she passes by Ari, she looks down at you carrying this swailing goblin. She says, "I expected more out of you, Ari." And as she says this, something rushes over you, Ari. It just like bashes you in the face. You're not sure if it's nostalgia or what, but the voice of your mother comes into play and says, "Ari, I expected more out of you, Ari! Ari!" And you kind of come to, and the five of you are back in Ari's house, sitting in a circle, laid out on your sleeping bags. Food is strewn everywhere, as if you guys had this like giant food fight.
All right, is anybody else getting time dilations here? I don't remember dropping acid.
No, I usually remember that kind of thing.
I normally
sometimes
provide
do
that
with-
sort of thing.
I would not eat any of this nasty food.
But there's
I would.
cheese.
Maybe that's why he's good.
It's because Mom Bar made the cookies. You don't trust Mom Bar's cooking. And she
She's
says,
the
"Ari,
worst.
I want this mess cleaned up, and I want your room put back the way it's supposed to be in it." You guys can see that you've like organized all the furniture. It's been pushed up against the walls, and in the center sits 3 chairs.
Well, she wants us to put it back the way it was. How do we get the sleeping bags on the wall?
And how do we get rid of these chairs?
And she says, "I mean now, Ari," and she walks out and clicks the door shut.
Ari's gonna rush to the door and quickly ask, "Can we make blanket forts from the chairs at least?"
You see your mom like stop down the hallway, and she lets out a sigh, and she says, "If you clean up the food, I will bring extra blankets for a fort."
Thank you, Mom. Love you. Slams the door shut. All right. We don't have to get rid of the chairs. We
Alright,
can
good.
keep
I'm
the
gonna check
chairs.
the window.
Because we can
check
eat
the
the
window,
food, we
see.
can't eat the chairs.
Exactly.
Right.
I am happy to be my own Labrador.
We were just fighting children, and then we're back here all of a sudden. We're
Mhm.
definitely in the bad place.
That was the first
Okay.
thing that tipped you off?
How about this? What if we kill Ari's mom? Then we'll definitely know if it's a dream or the weird thing.
You hear
No,
a
I don't like.
from under the bed when you say kill Ari's mom. Somebody's
Ah,
I guess
your
we're gonna have to
fake
kill
sister.
something else too.
Fuck. Fuck.
Oh, it's Carrie.
I told
Sorry,
you to look
sister,
under the
when we
bed.
say kill, he's talking about dying. We're just gonna add crazy colors to her. Right? Right?
Yes, red. Lots of red.
Yeah,
Yeah, lots of
color
red,
in
tie-dye.
lots of love. Yes, kill.
okay. I need one person to roll a deception with advantage. Who's it going to be?
Not me.
I'll go for it. I
Oh, it
have
can't
three
be the
guys
worst liar.
All right, it is your sister, Ari. You can roll.
Come on. Come on.
Oh man.
Nice.
What? Whoever is under the bed, which you're almost 100% sure is your sister, goes quiet, as if maybe she bought the lie.
We're tie-dyeing my mother because she could use more color in her life.
That's kind of true, says a small voice from under the bed. Shh, please don't tell Mom I'm here. It was scary in my bedroom. There's a monster under the bed.
Well, you have to
Do you want
eat
to try
all
and
of this
find
food.
another hiding place? Oh, wait, ignore me. Ignore me. Go with Raka. We have to eat a lot of food right now. See all these
All of
crumbs?
this.
Everything
You
has
guys
to be
see,
gone.
like, little fingers cup the edge of the bed, and she, like, pulls herself out. It's just her head. And she's like, all of it?
All of it.
All of it.
That's how you get a tummy ache.
But that's how you join
Mother
the club.
wants us to have a tummy ache.
Well, is it
That
wait,
one.
You're gonna
Sorry,
let me
that
in your
one.
club?
This is unhealthy.
Yes,
Poor
it's the
child.
food eating club. The food eating club. That's how you enter, by eating a lot of food.
So the child goes, okay, can I start with the
I had to
cookies?
do a hot
They're my
dog eating
favorite."
contest, which I won.
Yeah, she goes, can I eat the cookies first? They're my favorite. She's talking about Mom Bar's cookies.
My God, you are clearly evil. They're terrible. Go ahead.
Sure. Go ahead.
She goes,
yours.
okay, and jumps on this. Now, the real question is, are we at a viewer decision yet? Because if not...
We're close, but no cigar.
Oh, get on
Cavalry
it, gang!
takeaway.
This is the perfect
So
time.
close, Stat! So close!
Get on it. Okay, so she goes, okay, and begins just like munching these cookies, just like crumbs everywhere. She's making more of a mess. And she's like, I love cookies.
She's gonna start prestidigitationing the crumbs away.
Faster! Eat it faster!
Okay. She's like, and she goes,
No. Hold it in.
Don't you dare.
You lose if you throw up.
and she goes, as you hear at the door, Ari, I had those blankets. Did you get everything cleaned up? And she projectile cookie vomits everywhere. Mom!
Oh, wow.
Mom comes running and she goes, what is it? Oh my God. And she panics. She goes, what did you do to your sister?
She just came out from under the bed and threw up all over us.
Are we going with my
I
plan?
think she's possessed. Yeah, I think I'm ready for your plan.
Ari, you win?
Go! From
All
override!
I cast Thunderwave on this woman.
You get Thunderwave Ari's mom?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh. All these normal people, they're not special. Oh, she does not have the constitution for this. She only rolled a 10. And the sister, because she's also in that wave of this tiny, like, 5-year-old. Again.
Oh no.
Roll the damage, Finbar.
What's Thunderwave? 2d8 or something? It's been so long.
You're about to get a double kill.
2d8. Double kill. That is 9 points of thunder damage.
9 points.
They push 10 feet away.
I was about to say, you see Ari's sister's like bones crush. She goes like a rag doll as she flies across the room and smacks into a wall. Ari's mom is not far behind her as her body thuds into the wall. And as they both hit it, it's almost like a faux wall. And a piece of the wall falls free, and the four of you now staring at a mirror. Their bodies are squished under this piece of wood, and there's this mirror surface behind it. The room goes dark.
Oh, we've come full circle. Now here's mirror.
You know, Finbar, just in case we die in a moment, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was
I wonder what
the whole thing. Not to unpack
That was an ordeal.
I think they're
Well,
dead.
Ari, I was about to say, you've watched both. Your sister is definitely dead. Your mom is probably incapacitated and paralyzed for life. And they're both crunched underneath a piece of wall that fell out, and behind it is a solid mirror that is definitely not part of your bedroom. And the room goes dark.
Good thing.
We would never have found that otherwise.
Right, never would have. Never would have found it.
Hollister.
All right, well.
Actually, you know what?
Yep.
Everybody roll me a perception.
Ooh.
Perception.
As you're standing there just kind of chatting. I left it in the living room, didn't I? D&D Beyond it is.
This is the day of rolls for Ari. I'm gonna knock on wood before that stops being a thing.
Good. This is
It's okay.
really good.
If we hit combat, it's all nat ones.
All right. Ari, it is you as you stand there staring at the Finbar. That was your roll of 25?
Yes.
Oh, damn. Okay, so then I would say Ari and Finbar definitely hear something. As this chunk of wall has fallen out and their bodies lays crushed underneath it. It's the sound of a fingernail dragging across the wall that is not, and it's still covered. You can hear it getting closer and closer towards where the mirror is, as if it may pass right across it.
That's a very uncomfortable sound.
Yes, I can't help feel somewhat responsible about this. Didn't the little girl, before I crushed her bones, didn't she mention there being a monster under the bed?
But she said it was in her room.
Could have been.
Do you think her room is in the mirror?
Maybe.
She did
It's in
talk a
this
lot
room.
about the mirror.
Ari,
She
you know
was
that your
really-
sister has a bedroom. She has one in the house.
She was very intent on us playing this mirror game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And now we have
Maybe
a
we should
giant
play the game.
play the mirror game.
Don't hate the player, as they say.
But unfortunately,
Well, I'm not going to be the
person-
one to say it, so somebody should probably look at that mirror and... Good luck.
I'll look.
I was about to say, it doesn't take long because as you walk close to it, a creepy figure of a man steps into it. He's wearing a ragged suit. His teeth are jagged and his mouth is stitched together. And his kind of crinkly, old, decrepit hand with a long fingernail, still dirty from the last victim he took, rakes all
that's
the way
even
across
worse.
the mirror. And he smiles at you think, as you hear his nails like across the mirror, and he walks away again into the darkness on the other side, and it turns back into a mirror, and you're staring at your own reflection.
How dare he smile after making that horrible sound?
That was horrifying. It's the worst sound.
All of my
Terrifying.
fur is standing on end. All of it.
And that's a lot of fur. That is
Yes.
a lot of fur to be standing on end.
Mm-hmm.
Many furs.
Many.
Well said.
My spine shivered. Not my shine
I feel like-
shivered.
We should probably follow him, unfortunately.
We knock
Into
on
the mirror?
It is a solid mirror. Actually, those of you, I think pretty much everybody but Mars and actually probably saw him. Like, it was very faint as he like crossed behind it. It's almost like that two-sided glass, you know? Like when you get close, you see something, but then when it backs up, you can't. You guys can roll me a history. Yeah, you can roll me a history if you want to know maybe a little bit more about the figure
History.
behind. Boop, boop, boop.
15.
Rolls. Ooh.
Good old
Okay.
7.
So,
Two history lessons.
it is actually something that. Oh, okay.
That should be
Raka and-
-1.
Okay, so Finbar and Marzen, you guys remember hearing the sister say, "Ooh," or the story of the Candyman? And
Candyman?
it rings true to you. The story of we can race him to the light, she said.
He didn't look like he was made of candy.
He was a man, no.
That
And
is true.
sometimes they have these weird things. They talk all creepy, you know. They're like,
Honeyed
"Oh, it's a
words,
nice
yeah.
thing," but really, it's really fucked up. So, wouldn't surprise me, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
he is
definitely
in-
look like a Bloody Mary.
So
I'm
do
gonna
we
go with
race him?
Candyman.
Maybe. Let's take a look at this mirror. I wonder if there's more to it than that.
Maybe he's hiding in the mother's room in the dresser where there might be things to find.
You really want to steal underwear, don't you?
Or whatever
could,
might be in there.
Finbar, if you want to know
Keep
more
it
about the
hard.
mirror, you could approach it and, in fact,
yes.
roll me an insight. Or an investigation if you want to, like, if you're, like, searching for something.
Yeah, I'll take a little search. Let's say 21.
Woo! Are you looking for anything in particular?
Anything like hidden switchy or maybe magical?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely magical. You can tell that because, you know, it's not normal for people to build walls over mirrors.
Sure.
It does look to be two-way. It feels like glass when you tap on it, or like a mirror. But it is caught in on the other side, as if maybe there's another dimension or a pocket holding facility that this guy has been trapped in. So one of two things.
Ooh.
You're going to have to figure out how to get to him, or you have to release him from his captivity.
Okay, couple of things we can do with this mirror. We go into the mirror somehow, or we destroy the mirror, which will probably free creepy granddad, who's been
Is the-
watching from his little home.
Well, either way, we're probably going to have to face this thing.
Is the candle still in here?
It is. It's sitting on her bedside, next to all of her stacked furniture against the wall.
I'm gonna pick up the candle and take it over to the mirror. See if it does anything to the mirror.
When you do, it actually does. Just like a two-way mirror, almost. When you put light on this side, it makes it more difficult to see what's on the other side. So it becomes even more opaque.
Okay. I tried
and you pull
touching
it away.
It.
Nothing happens. Tink, tink, tink. When you kind of touch it to it.
Yeah, thought I'd try. Don't know what I was trying, but I thought I would try it.
I think we smash it and see what creepy granddad has to say for himself.
I like the idea of that. I'm going to try and smash the pommel of my sword into this mirror.
Okay. Roll me just a general strength when it is a mirror.
Okay. 19.
That's actually pretty good. You guys watch as you take the wooden end of your... What kind of sword is it? Or weapon?
Longsword.
Oh, longsword. Yeah, you take the wooden end of your longsword. Very, I don't know why I picture a Lost Boys style. Not the vampire, Peter Pan. And you like take the wood against it, and you get one good smash, and the whole thing spiders. And falls out of the wall, showering everybody standing near it in glass. It was a pretty big glass wall. So, who's standing next to it? It was Finbar and Hollister.
I'm pretty close, yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody but Ari.
Yeah.
So all of you just make me a quick dex save, because there is raining glass on you.
Except for Ari?
Yeah, I don't, unless you were, if you were also next to the mirror, like looking at it, you're gonna need to.
No.
Okay.
5.
I was like watching from behind, like, ooh.
It is only going to be Finbar, Hollister. Make it. Everybody else is going to take 1d10 as like glass showers down on you and gets caught in your like oversized clothes and cuts your face a little bit. Now the mirror stands at your feet in these kind of large chunks of glass, and who didn't make it? Their decks. Let's see. Marzen.
I did not.
Something reaches out of the glass. This creepy hand that ran its fingernail across and wraps around your ankle. Yeah, you guys watch it, and it begins to try to pull you in. Now, the piece of glass is about the size of a plate, and it gets your foot under, and you guys see as it begins to try to pull Marzen through this small piece of glass. I'm going to have you make a strength really quick, Marzen.
Strength? Right.
If you're wanting to pull your foot away.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I was about to say, that sounds like probably what you want. The good news is you do manage to get your foot free, but as soon as you do, it rips its hands back into the glass. And out, who else was standing there by? Hollister, make me a dex. Because a hand comes out and tries to grab your foot.
Oh boy.
It's as if it is now hopping from the multiple areas to reach out and grab each of you. Ooh, that's
19.
Probably good.
Oh.
Yeah. It reaches and at the last second grabs your ankle and also pulls you under about shin high into a piece of glass. And it's pulling. It is actually in.
Oh no.
And you can hear the laugh of the candy man on the other side.
Let's pull it out! I run over and try to grab its wrist and try to pull it out.
Oh, you want to pull the candy man the opposite way through the hole?
Yeah.
Oh, make me a strength.
Let's pull him out.
No.
Oh boy.
He said it out loud. Anybody else that wants to make a strength would now take their strength with advantage because you're helping him out.
Might as well.
I'll definitely
Might
do
as
that.
well.
Yeah. Everybody runs over and begins. Oh my god, gang.
So bad.
Am I able to help while I'm being pulled?
Yeah, you could give it a go as well if you want to try. But you're gonna have to like reach down and grab him. You know what I mean? His hand, because you're wanting to pull him with you, not away from him. I picture you guys like the Goonies, like kids, like stacked on top of each other, like trying to use your body weight to pull. Oh my gosh.
We do it.
Oh boy.
Dang! It is just.
I'm a scrawny boy.
Last but not least, it's Ari at a 10. Oh gosh, gang. All right. Here we
That wasn't
go.
a healthy sign. Not a healthy
We're
sign.
the
I
worst.
rolled a 17 against all of you. It begins to tug even harder, and you guys are like I said, kind of wrapped around each other, pulling at Hollister, who has grabbed his ankle and is trying to pull as well. But this evil man, who basically eats children, begins to pull even harder, and you start to realize that
Basically.
Hollister's leg is like almost thigh high now, and it's getting too large for the hole. It begins to cut Hollister's clothing as it begins to pull it free, as if it is trying to fit something too large through a hole.
No,
too
not the
small.
pants. Not the pants. There's a designer. I'm gonna Misty Step.
Okay, nice. You're like, I don't get anything for that. You just do it, right?
Yeah, it's just a second level spell.
Yeah.
I just
he
moved
come
up to
with?
30 feet.
When
no.
Does he come
missed
with?
No, Misty Spell. You can't. Misty Step can't take anybody else with you.
Right, it can't take anybody with you. Yeah, it's just on the person. So you guys see Hollister like across the room. The rest of you that are all of this tension trying to pull him out basically tumble backwards as the hands of the Candyman begin reaching vigorously, trying to find somebody on the other side. You see his face against one of them as he is trying diligently to get at one of you and pull you into his dimension.
Not good. I could Thunderwave him.
Should we smash the glass
No.
more?
His hand right now is able to reach up. Like I said, most of the glass pieces kind of broke into rough sizes, like about this big. So he's able to like get his hand through. And about this time, he's like, your sister comes, feeling better already. Oh no, wait, she's dead. Your mother,
Yep.
that's right. You can't do that. Your mother begins to like, you hear her under the wooden wall, I guess. Go, Ari, help us! As she reaches out from underneath this like wooden wall that fell, and her hand crosses over a piece of glass. The Candyman grabs and begins to pull your mother's dead body into a plate-sized piece of glass. It begins to rip and tear. As it gets up to her face, you watch as the glass like tears away at her face as it begins to squeeze her through a hole that is too small.
Oh
Well,
god,
now
that
we know
confusing
what
moment
happened.
where you're not sure if this is traumatic or therapeutic.
I think it's stylish.
She begins wailing as her neck like crunches, and he pulls her body through it, begins shredding it away.
Definitely dead now.
Until
That wasn't
all
me.
that's- Yep.
He killed
Until
her.
all that's left are her shoes that have fallen off as he pops her through, and the room goes silent.
I have a crazy thought. If he can pull us in, do you think we can just go into it? If we were to mend a few of those pieces to be big enough, we could just jump through and go kill it.
Not a bad idea.
Or is that a stupid... It might be a good one, might be a stupid idea.
Maybe our wooden swords will turn to real swords on magic creepy old man
Hope
land.
so.
Right.
Did I notice if my leg looked like it was turning into an adult leg down inside the mirror?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it was just pulling you through.
I mean, I'll be
why
honest.
don't-
I've just killed a child, so I'm open to ideas.
Fair enough.
The story of the Candyman is one that you've heard your sister tell over and over. Why don't you quick roll me a history, another history,
Okay.
and see if you, I can give you a little bit more information on the Candyman, just to help you.
Just a tipple bit of
Oh.
history.
Just a tipple bit there, Ari. Yeah, at a tipple bit. At a 17, you remember that you really don't want to be taken to the Candyman's domain, but you can free him by saying his name 5 times in a mirror. That's how the lore goes. But then, when the Candyman comes out, you're supposed to race him to the light, or else he slices you up and takes you back to his dimension with his hook.
Oh,
What if we just bring the
Fantastic.
candle with us?
like
Then we've already won.
Candyman.
I mean, I still have the candle.
You do, yeah, and it's giving off light kind of in this dark room, flickering, adding shadows to the wall.
Oh, I have an idea.
I think we can cheat this game. Beat him at his own
I
race.
think if we do Red Rover, or Red Ranger, we can all link hands, and then the person at the end has the candle, and the person at the other end calls the mirror, and then we.
Wait a minute. That's
we
genius.
just win.
It's been clues all along.
You guys are gonna Red Ranger, the Candyman?
Definitely.
No,
Red
no,
Ranger the Candyman.
Yeah.
It was so obvious.
All right. Oh my god. Okay.
I will bring him out. I have a plan.
We
It's
could
inspired
go
by
to
Finbar.
we could go to the mother's room where the dresser is in the big mirror, and we could do it there and look in the dresser for any valuables.
Why? No.
You guys know that when possibly. Are you wanting to underwear raid Ari's mom?
Like thinking about it for a minute, like could do, couldn't. No. That's no. I like the Red
just
Ranger.
take my mom to town, guys. Take my mom to town.
So talk to me about what the plan is. Like walk me through this.
Okay, so I'm thinking.
Well,
We mix these plans. I'll be closer to the mirror. I'll call him out. You guys be just a little bit back. I can bring him out, Thunderwave to hopefully knock him further away, and then Misty Step over to the light. And then if he comes at us, then we just start blasting him.
Okay. The only light in the room are the two candles, the one he's holding and one that was like already there, or like on a sconce, like kind of on the wall, that's giving off like a small semicircle of light in a corner. So the plan is to put the mirror back together so he can run out of it.
Just enough of it that he could get out.
Okay. And then you are going to Misty Step to the light when he comes through. What is everybody else doing?
I'm holding the light.
I'm standing back.
Finbar, are you going to go to like the light area where all the light is?
Sure.
Okay.
Nice light
Ari,
on
what
it.
are you
I'm sort of
doing?
holding hands, waiting for the Red Rover to begin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you got.
Ari's gonna do the Red Rover thing. She's just gonna like get ready to hold hands and run towards this mirror.
All right. So, are you guys standing in the light, or are you standing like in front of it so he runs through it? Like, what is the long-term goal of the Red Rover?
I'm standing in the light because I'm holding
That's a
it.
good question.
Well, I guess that's true. You have, like, I guess I'm just asking because when he runs through you, he can still attack you unless you're all either in the light. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, we're all in the light.
All right.
And then he was gonna go and say the Candyman, and then Misty step back to the light.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he has to Red Rover us through the light to get it. But we're gonna
It all
stop.
makes perfect sense. When you think about it.
So,
Just don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
Hollister,
That's a key.
you piece some of it back together on the ground. You like clear a spot with your shoe.
Yeah, cast
very
mending.
Gingerly. Yeah, cast mending, and you put a piece together that's more like a dresser mirror. It's not like a whole wall of mirror.
There's a dresser with a mirror.
And sure enough, spell spoilers. And you put your, you see almost instantly it sticks its hands through and tries to grab you by the throat, which you quickly, kind of dodged back. And he looks at you, makes eye contact with you. His eyes are hollow. What is your plan here, friend? You gonna say his name?
I wink at him and then I say his name 5 times.
You wink at the Candyman, which is also creepy. And
Yep.
you say, Candyman! And about that time, both of his arms like, and he pulls himself through, and he like crawls out of this piece of mirror. You Misty step away to the group. You guys are
I'm gonna try and Thunderwave him
light.
first and then Misty Step.
Oh goodness!
Just to get him further away. Yeah.
Okay. Roll against his Constitution.
My
that is-
my spell save DC is 14.
Oh, excuse me.
Historically, this has worked well for us.
Yeah, this is where you all die. Okay. So he comes out with a con save.
And that's Thunderwave is what, 2d8?
You rolled a 14.
And
I don't know.
I get
That beats your
Oh,
spell.
that exactly saves. So does he take
makes
half?
it-
I haven't used
yep.
Thunderwave in a long time.
Yep.
Takes half as much and isn't pushed. Okay, well at least I'll do a little bit of damage. And that is because I'm a blue dragon sorcerer. I get to add my charisma to thunder damage. Oh, no, that's lightning damage, not thunder. Sorry, so it's only 5 plus 8, so it's only 12. No.
Okay, so
13.
13 and half.
Halved.
So, all right. He takes...
Now I missed you, Step.
Yeah, now you missed a step. He takes 6 points of damage as you like him as he kind of crinkles out. You hear his bones like as he like rights
Didn't work that well.
And he smiles. A disgusting long piece of drool comes out of his mouth, still stuck with like meat tendrils and blood. And he begins to walk towards you. Are you guys going to call him into Red Rover? Because he can't enter the light. He knows that.
We could just shoot them with bows and arrows.
That
Wait,
could work.
If he doesn't like the light, we can shoot him with flames.
Yeah, now we go.
If you have
Does anybody know how to
Okay.
cast light?
I'm
No.
going to produce flame.
Good.
And see if it works.
It expands the radius of light in the room, and it like backs up. Its arms kind of flowing, ready to attack all of you. It stands there between you and the main door.
I'm going to turn to my compatriots and say, do you think we should just try to kill him?
That's what I'm saying. Shoot them with bows and arrows. And flames.
Pointy
and
ends.
I'm going to try.
things.
It's a method.
Wasn't enough good today to give it a go.
Okay. Can we really try to attack him with produce flame then?
Yeah, you can throw a produce flame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
you can
do
throw
this.
like a little fireball like Mario does.
Flame on.
Yeah. So let me see.
It's actually one of my favorite underused spells.
Oh, shit.
That does not hit him. You see as the light goes to hit him, his body dissipates, almost like a shadow. Opens up and the fireball passes behind him against the wooden wall and begins to light that house on fire.
Oh, well, at least the house is on fire.
We're burning Ari's childhood.
Yep. 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 Yep.
It hisses and like Scudder steps right up to the edge of the light and kind of like a predator walks the edge of the light ring, knowing it has all of you trapped.
Well, we could just slowly start walking towards the door. I have the light in my hands.
Let's go while everything burns.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just going to slowly, with candle in hand.
While the world burns around us.
Just shoot a poison spray at him as we leave.
Do we remember anything more from the song about how to kill him? Because you have to race him to the light. But
You
what
have
does
to
that
race him
mean?
to the light.
Oh, yeah.
Because usually it ends in death. Nobody's ever tried to put him in light.
We could try to back him into the corner where the light is in the sconce.
Right, let's try and back him up and see if when he's
That's not a bad idea.
cornered, there's nothing else you can do.
I'm going to try to walk with the candle in hand towards him and try to push him towards where the sconce is on the other side of the room.
As you take a step out, kind of a 5-foot area of light bings out around your candle, creating a little halo effect, really. As you walk, it kind of backs up, and as it gets close to the fire, it and begins to move back towards its mirror.
Oh, can I try to get in between it and the mirror?
Yeah, roll me a dex. At a 17, you do. You get like a foot, and it kind of nudges it out of the way, and it is at you one more time. And it's beginning to like seethe and writhe, and it doesn't know what to do. The entire wall behind it is now burning, along with all of Ari's furniture. The room is beginning to heat up, and it's beginning to get a lot of light. It backs up into a corner, an empty corner where there's just a little bit of shadow as it begins looking for an escape route.
I just keep trying to push it up towards the fire.
As you begin to get closer, all of a sudden there's a on the door. Ari, it's your father. Away. Is everything okay? Ari.
Yes, everything's fine. We're totally fine. Everything is normal.
That reefer again, are you?
No, Father, it's just incense. Just incense.
I'm coming in, Ari, and he pushes the door open. The house behind him is dark. The Candyman makes a dive to grab your father and falls short into the light. Just at his feet. He loops your father's feet. He falls flat as he screams, but the Candyman burns up. The room is ablaze.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think we should leave.
Should be able to get us back on insurance.
Yeah.
He goes, oh my god, Ari, where's your mother?
Killed her.
She is playing the best game of hide and seek with my sister right now. They are hiding, we are seeking, and you know what? They're really damn good.
I think they actually left for smokes. They're that good at hiding.
They will just go out for a smoke and they may never come back.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, Ari, I don't know what the actual truth is here, but the house is on fire. We must go.
Mother went to the gynecologist and never came back, okay? It's fine.
I think your daughter went to the chiropractor.
Fire. Sorry, fire. Yes.
That's horrible, Finbar. This is so horrible. And he says, hurry, and like ushers you out into the rest of the kind of dark house and closes the door behind him. And as he does, a whiff of smoke catches Ari's nostrils, having another one of those nostalgic moments pass over her as you kind of blink a few times and you're no longer sitting in your house, but instead you're sitting around some kind of alchemist lab, maybe? Multiple tables with identical setups. The five of you share a table, and it looks like you may have lit your chemistry project on fire.
Oh.
The beaker, the kind of glass beaker is burning. You're in a totally different setting, and the teacher comes over and quickly like, oh my gosh, and goes, why can you lot never do anything right?
Science is more of an art than a science.
This is incorrect.
Well said.
Alchemy is science, and it is important for you to learn.
Where the hell did you get here? Isn't this the house?
She goes,
the house is on fire, woman. Get out of here, we're all gonna die.
Your project is on fire. And she says, now, you're going to try again. And the bell rings and she says, well, you will try again tomorrow. Move along, you have another class. You hear somebody in the hallways like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, well,
ringing what you know to be the bell.
Do you think this is the next day, or has the house never been on fire? What do you guys think?
Are we the same people? Are we older, younger?
Are we human, or are we dancers?
These are all good questions. Let me see if I can answer them. You guys are, you're still in your adolescence, probably what we would consider like middle school, early high school. It does look like you're in some kind of chemistry class that has just broken. You know this sound, all of you innately. You're not sure. You're getting that vibe too of like, I've not had this memory, but I feel like I've had this memory. Somebody's embedded it in my brain. And the sound of the bell rings and you know, off to your next class. And you guys walk out into kind of a hallway area with a lot of doors and this kind of quaint schoolhouse, wooden schoolhouse. Kids are everywhere. You guys walk down the hallway, your feet leading you to your lockers, right? These like individual chests on the wall. And as you guys are kind of waddling together down the hallway, a very large orc that you know from Red Rover pushes through, goes, watch out! Pushes through and goes, you're in my way.
If this is school, then I will be incredibly popular. You there! I point to one of the children. Who am I?
Well, that's a really silly question, Finbar. You're always making jokes. I'm just a class clown, aren't you?
Yes, I am. This is probably real school now. Also, did I murder a child?
You're so silly, Finbar. Of course not. So
Okay,
I heard
second
that you and
thoughts.
Ari were like a thing. Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's a
it
thing.
is. Oh my god. I gotta go tell somebody. And she like runs off.
It's a whole,
and
it's
steps
a
down the
whole
hallway.
thing. I don't know what it is, but it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I don't want to
It's
put
not
a name
necessarily
on
say
it,
it's
you
a
know?
good or a bad thing, or
Yes, it
even a
is.
just. It just
What
is
is
what
right
it
or
is.
wrong? Really.
Exactly. We're
Sometimes,
figuring
you know,
that out ourselves.
You meet a girl, you murder her sister. All works out from there.
Exactly. Then you just can't find the mother, and everything's all good.
And then you burn the evidence. Everything's fine.
There is the four of you watch as Finbar has this very awkward conversation with this younger girl who has run off to tell everybody that clearly him and Ari are boyfriend and girlfriend. And the orc is at the end of the wall. We'll call them wall chest if you would, but they're basically kind of all like hanging on a wall at the end, and he's like leaning, staring at the five of you, him and his owl bear friend.
Guys, I think we have a problem. Do you see
What you
those
got
two
over
over there?
there? Yeah, they think they're hot shit, don't they?
Yeah, what do you think we should do about it? They weren't so hot shit in Red Ranger, were they?
We should call them nerds.
Nerds!
Wait,
He
I'm a
wants-
nerd.
so
Don't call them
you
nerds.
guys-
Oh shit.
So it's like you hear their feet. Did you call us nerds? And they like lean against the wall, blocking you in, leaning over Ari. Because last time I checked, and he kind of pokes you in the chest. We want a rematch.
So I'm sorry, Merton is a real socially awkward. He's not going to be able to handle this. So he's either going to like flip out or and run away, or like just go berserk because he's half barbarian and he's just
okay.
go crazy. So I don't know how you want to do that.
No,
but-
that's good. You tell me how you tell me how you go crazy.
Oh, I don't know. So let's say if odd, I go running away out of fear and perturbation, and even I'll just go crazy, and I'm just gonna go on full berserker and
I picture you because it's like
You know,
a mini
unarmed
berserker
defense.
in me. Yeah, you're like,
yeah, exactly.
"Wah!" And I picture you like
Yeah.
running down the hall, like dumping trash cans and pushing people over, and like you storm out. What would be considered the school
That was
security is like,
intense.
what? And goes
Yeah.
running after it, and you guys see him running across the lawn of the school, just headed for the exit. And
It's really embarrassing.
Not with the six.
Right.
he's like, yeah.
He's just really ready for it. We broke your friend's arm last time, so I don't think we should rematch. Might
Yeah,
break
he
your
goes,
arm this time.
Looks like your friend is scared.
No, he's excitable.
I broke a boy's arm and then I murdered a child. So,
I have idea.
and her granddad. Then I set a house on fire.
Oh,
I'm out
did
of
it
control,
hurt?
to be honest.
I think we should have a rematch.
A chemistry
Of a
rematch.
childhood game.
It's not a new
Behind
idea.
Ari's house tonight, midnight.
Oh,
Who there?
if it's still there.
Or you will forever. And he like grabs
Might need a new
Mars's not
location.
there. He grabs
Oh.
Finbar by his like cuff of his shirt and like picks his frail half elf body up in comparison. He goes, "Oh, we will forever torment you." He drops you down, and they like like push Ari and like walk off, and they're like, "Yeah!" Like high five each other, all bromance style as they like, "Yeah, that's cool, yeah, man." Did you see that? He like ran.
Do they mean that literally forever torment you, or is that more of a
Like-
figurative thing?
I appreciate how upfront they were about it either way.
Very
You
honest.
know where you stand with them.
Yeah. Over their open graves. Soon. Right?
Oh, that's the hopes.
Good.
Nobody gets to, and Ari's going to start patting down Finbar's collars and like his shoulders and things like that, so he doesn't look as scruffy. Like no one gets to treat Finbar like that, or myself, and get away with it. See,
True.
now you look fly again.
Only I get to get
About
away
that
with it.
time, you guys watch this kind of on-hand security and what was probably the headmaster drag Marzen back in the doors. He's still probably kicking and screaming and fighting. They kind of drop him near you guys, and the principal, the headmaster, who is this very curt elven gentleman, he goes, Ari, what have I told you about watching him? If he
watched
causes
him.
trouble, you cause trouble. Do you understand?
He was excitable. He had energy. He needed to run
And he
free.
can do that during his allotted time outside. Don't you all have classes to be in? You're already late.
This is a terrible school.
Mm.
There are kids trying to beat us
Sure.
up just then.
Finbar, would you like an extra day of detention?
Describe
or should I call
detention to
Bombar
me.
instead?
You are enabling these bullies to torment our dear friend Finbar.
I
know,
see
I've never
no
been bullied
bullies.
in my life. I'm very popular.
This is where we get like this flashback of childhood memories of Finbar, where he was constantly
man.
bullied throughout all of
Montage.
It's all repressed.
Sad violin plays, yeah.
and you just have the
Oh.
do 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 do. A Mad World just start to play. All around me are familiar faces. And he's just getting beaten up and tossed into lockers and things like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. And he goes,
What?
well, why are you all staring at me? Off to class. And he turns
Which
and
one?
begins to walk again. He stops and doesn't even look at you. He says, check your schedule, Hollister. I am not your keeper. He moves on.
I'm not your keeper. I don't have a goddamn schedule.
You guys,
Anybody have a schedule?
like you said, like inadvertently are like standing in front of lockers. They seem familiar. You know that they're yours, and you pop it open, and your schedule is pasted on the inside.
Oh, look, handy. Our schedule is on the inside of lockers.
Well, would you look at that?
Versus,
It's all too convenient.
it looks like
Dude.
you are due, and because you're late, for your literature class.
Oh, and we all have the same class together. Wonderful.
Yeah,
That makes things easy.
Fantastic.
What a coincidence.
Book learning, yay.
Yeah. Education.
Oh, I
cannot
have to
read.
learn it myself.
I
I'm more
cannot
of a
read.
doer.
Good.
Oh, don't
I'm
worry,
sorry,
I
say
can't
that
read
again.
either.
I can't read either. You guys, so is that the consensus? You're headed off to lit class to arcane literature?
Sure.
Yeah.
Great. You guys trail down
Sounds
the
like it.
hallway late, taking your time. There is no sneaking into class because, of course, the door is at front. And as you the door open, your kind of stout dwarven teacher sits on his chair behind his desk. Goes, "You're late."
We arrived precisely when we meant to.
Well, you're late
And I walk
for
in
my
right-
class.
I walk in right behind her and flick my tail in the air and go find an empty seat.
It's very clear which 5 are all of yours. You guys sit at the back of the classroom, no doubt. What was
Sounds
that?
about
Ari's
right.
gonna sit down and continue to just like play with her nails.
Can I say I had another episode and do some druid craft? Try to make like a flower appear or something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're still like tweaked out from the episode earlier, and you guys watch as Marzen like sneezes. And is there a particular plant you would like or way you want it to manifest?
Oh, yeah, like more of like a green slime than an actual flower. But I'm trying for a flower. You can really see it's trying for a flower.
You guys watch as he like into his hand,
forever.
this disgusting like ball of snot comes out, and from it grows this like green Venus flytrap, and it like its mouth opens up from your snot, I guess your druid snot. And he begins his lecture. I'm sure that it bores the lot of you. You pass notes and chat in class. And it's actually the ringing of the next bell. Somebody like ding 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 in the hallway that wakes all of you up. It is lunchtime.
Oh, let us go kill those bullies.
Oh, I was so enjoying learning. What a shame.
So much knowledge.
Education.
Was that a short rest?
Worse. Yeah, we could. I was about to say that's probably a short rest as you exit down the hallway towards the lunchroom. It is actually the sound of somebody going, "Ooh, fight!" that draws your attention. People begin running and ducking past you. Just down the hallway, you guys can see it escalating and building. Somebody is fighting at the end of the hallway.
I love fights.
I don't like food fights. That means sticky messes. That's no different from children.
I've had to clean up many sticky messes after other people's nights in taverns. It's food is nothing.
Let's go watch the fight. It is always
Stop
fun.
reading into that too much.
You guys patter up. Bless you. And sure enough, there are two human children duking it out, fisticuffs, in the this kind of circle that has collected of children, and they're kind of beating and pounding on one another. You stole my girlfriend! No, I didn't! It wasn't my fault! She kissed me first! And they're like tossing and kind of childlike fighting. One of them busts the other kid's nose. A tooth goes flying. That was probably already loose. Lands at Ari's feet.
Ari's gonna pick up the tooth. Like, very pinch of her nails. As little skin contact as possible. Walk back up and say, like, if anything, it seems like that one person played the two of you. And if anything, you two should team up together against them.
Or just learn to share.
As you do that and go to drop the tooth back in the rink, something about the tooth causes a flash in your mind. Like static on a television, Ari, as you begin to play this memory of crossing a tooth bridge. Did that happen? I don't know. And then your mind flashes again and you begin to kind of like blink, and every time you blink you see a new scene. There are nurses standing over you, cutting you open, ripping you kind of apart. You watch as they remove this disgusting fetus from your belly. 1, 2, and you hear a nurse go, "She's waking, give her more," and they pump you full of more drugs. You feel the cold press of a needle on your arm, and you fade back in, and as you come to, you're sitting in a circle with your 4 friends, and your younger sister's going, "Duck, duck, duck, goose," and she ends on Marzen, and as she says goose, she goes "Ah!" and starts to run, and you watch Marzen into a goose right in front of you.
Oh. Well, that was unexpected.
I was not expecting... Oh, God.
Finbar, do you think you should repeat the things? Apparently this is a witch.
And she goes,
Who'd do that?
And like runs around the circle and sits down and like pushes. She goes, "You didn't even chase me." Like pushes Marzen out of his spot, and she sits down. She goes, "Now it's your turn," and he like poofs back into a dwarf.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Whew. That, I mean, I didn't even mean to do that. Can I animal shape into into like a demented version of a goose? Just for shits and gigs.
Sure you can. Why not? Do you have like sharp teeth? Like what makes you so demented? Are you like?
Well, yeah. It's
pretty demented on their own accord, right?
Too many teeth. Well, too many teeth. Like whatever. You know how you
just a mutated dog.
Like yeah.
Teeth at all on a duck are kind of unnerving.
Human teeth. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna still try to play the game though, you know, with my my wing.
Yeah, you're going around and Ari's sister's clearly like what I call her, Kari. Kari's like, okay. And she's like, and you go around and you duck. Who do you want to stop on?
I want to stop on my Talaxi buddy.
Okay, yeah, so you stop on the tabaxi and you go, brown duck, and you're going quack, ducks, and it lands on the tabaxi's head, and he poofs into a goose. Now, of course, the game of duck, goose only ends when it's like a last man standing type thing. So you know that you have to outrun the other person back around to their spot.
Well,
going to
I
try
will
to
take
tag
the
you.
demented goose.
Goose on goose action.
Oh.
Goose
I'm gonna try to bite him.
So you're okay. So basically, you have to. Well, Marzen, your goal is to get around and sit in his place, right? That's how Duck Duck Goose works. So
Okay, gotcha.
you begin like running. Quack, 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 quack. So both of you are going to roll me athletics, but you're going to take a -4 because of your goose form.
Okay, -4. Hold on, let me. So that'd be
Just-
-1 because of my +3. So hold on.
Yep. Yeah. Add whatever your
negative.
modifier would have been, and then give it a -4.
Okay.
Okay. Bam. Oh,
Out of 10.
not terrible.
Not too bad.
Oh.
Well, it's clearly
Oof.
you guys watched the saddest
It's
chase
the
of all
teeth.
time.
It's the teeth.
He's like, and there's like, as the two of them are like you can hear the flap, flap, flap of their feet on this wooden floor as they like run around. Marzen does make it to the spot and like squats as a goose, leaving Raka to poof back into his tabaxi form, and it is now your turn to go around. And
That
you
was
see
the
our
most
sister go,
uncomfortable thing ever.
Yeah.
and
I'm
you hear
staying goose, for this. I'm just staying full goose for this.
Kari leans over to you and goes, I like your commitment. She goes, I have an idea. You want to make this game even more fun? Let's time it. And she grabs a sand timer, an hourglass, and flips it over. And sets it down, and she goes, last man standing stays a goose.
Forever?
Yeah, it does, silly.
Well, I sit down, so I'm not standing.
No, she goes, no, you have to go around the circle, but you better do it before the timer runs out.
Fine, I stand up and run around the circle and sit down.
No, she goes, silly, you have to go duck, 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 and pick a goose.
You're not explaining these rules very well.
She goes, I know, I'm sorry, I just thought everybody knows how to play duck, duck, goose.
I said duck, 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 duck. And so I stop on Kari, turn her into a goose.
She goes, wait, and
I
she
run.
comes out in like baby goose form, and she's like, so again, make an athletics with a -4. She will do the same, but she already gets a bunch of negatives to athletics, so yeah, no.
-2.
No, my gosh.
1.
So it is even worse. You guys kind of like waddle around each other until she oh my god, until I would say actually, even though you rolled a nat 1, her roll was so bad, you actually beat her and leave her standing, and she pops back into form and goes, oh yay, I love this, we have 2 minutes left. Duck, 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 Ari's the goose. And Ari
Okay.
pops into goo form, and she goes, ah! And begins running.
Run! Run!
So roll in athletics, Ari, you too, but take a -4 to like add your modifier and then take the -4 for being a goose.
Okay. So,
She's in human form now, so she rolled a 14.
was it athletics you said?
Yeah, athletics and take a -4. So basically just a normal athletics roll with your the -4. Oh,
Okay, so yeah.
Ari's
with
not
the
very
-4
dexterous
instead.
in her goose form, and you watch your sister like and like run around the circle and has a seat in your spot and goes, Ari's up. Only 30 seconds, Ari. And you see the sand again going, and you poof back into Ari form, and you have one chance to make
Your
it to see
sister.
who stays a goose. Just hurry, Ari, hurry, hurry, Ari, hurry.
Ari's going to try to do like duck, 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 and she's going to keep going around until hopefully she's counted correctly the 30 seconds up to say goose on her sister.
Okay, she goes, come on. And you're gonna do goose on your sister. You do goose on your sister, and she goes, wait, no, wait. Ooh. And your goose sister is now goose sister permanently. She has popped into goose form. And all of you stand staring at her, and she goes, meh. She's kind of fluffy and like an adolescent goose, so all of her feathers haven't come in yet. She sheds everywhere, poofs of feathers fly. And you guys sit in this quiet, empty room with your goose sister in tow.
Can we do talk to animals?
Yeah, you can talk to her.
And see yeah, I'm gonna do talk to animals and say, you know, I know that didn't end, you know, how you wanted it to end. Is there anything that you're really trying to tell us to help your sister out? You know, I love playing your games. God knows it's better than my childhood, but at the end of the day, you don't seem happy.
So the girl will start talking to you, but all you like hear on the other side is and she like talks in goose.
And then my goose teeth too.
Yeah, and these two goose are like right, and so she talks back and she goes, I don't want anything for Ari. It was just a sleepover, and you know, I wanted to make sure that she had the best time possible. When you're a kid, you want to make sure that you play lots of games. Mom always says your imagination and your heart thrive because of it. And one day we want Ari to grow up big and strong.
Okay, well, Goose, thank you from me. I'll relate this back to the group too.
Okay, great. You come out and talk at him.
In not Goose language, yeah, but regular, regular language.
Yeah. And he relays kind of what she said about wanting Ari to grow up big and strong and keeping the imagination and the heart in a childlike form.
Then I'm gonna ask.
Do you think that's the challenge?
I don't know. Is that the challenge, Ari? Have you grown cynical?
I mean, yes. Cynical enough that I don't remember ever having a sister or a father. Or did I?
Is your heart not strong?
My heart is very strong. It has very thick walls, like someone who eats too much fried chicken.
Oh, I miss fried chicken.
Me too.
Your sister like
Could try some fried goose.
Oh,
goose.
Goose fat is particularly delicious.
Right.
We could
Don't
take
worry,
a
that's
goose
all I
to
had
the
to add.
kitchen.
You again begin to have that weird, like, flickering thing happening to you as you're staring at this goose and you're taking this information in. And it's something that Marzen relayed to you. We must make her strong. And when it comes out of his mouth, it doesn't sound like Marzen. It sounds that deep, growling umber of Bhaal himself says, we must keep her strong. As you flicker awake again and your eyes open and you're staring at the cold, sterile ceiling of a medical chamber, you can't see down because they've got you bound by your neck and by your arms, but pain sears through your body as your rib cage has been opened up and you've been flayed out. You look to your left and to your right, and all you can see are cables coming out of your body, actually out of your head specifically. They've been attached to you, and on the ceiling lay the 4 people from your dream. Raka, Hollister, and Marzen are attached to the ceiling, completely in some kind of comatose state, and they have something attached from their head down to yours as you like strap to the table. You hear one of the nurses go, she's awake again. Should we give her more medicine? Another goes, no, don't drug her anymore. It is time she comes to. She is full again. We should sew her up.
Mum?
Finbar, you too, your eyes kind of awaken, and so do the 4 of you as you are strapped to the ceiling, staring down at Ari's open innards. You can see that they have laid 3 or 4 strange, like, goopy blobs of flesh and blood. They throb inside of her belly, and the nurse comes over as she says that, we should sew her up, and they begin to stitch Ari's belly closed.
Oh, this seems more like hell.
I try to see if I can get my wrists free.
Great. You guys are back in your, like, adult form, if that makes sense. You've kind of come out of this dream. Well, like I said, whatever is attached to your head, you can feel it. It's, like, suctioned to your forehead. If you would like to try to break your wrist free of what's kind of strapped you to the ceiling, you're going to need to roll a dex. If you want to break it off of the wall, you need to roll a strength.
Boy.
I will try to wriggle my wrist free.
I will do the same.
All right, so everybody roll me those dexes. Let's see if you can get them free.
Oof.
They're wriggling.
Can I
I'm
as well,
strengthening
or-
it. I'm freaking out.
Nat 20.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you can try to do the same, Ari, as you're kind of coming to. I mean, there's this searing, like, burning pain in your belly as you stitch closed.
Not so good.
The only, well, I would say Raka and definitely Hollister, you guys are able to, like, get your hands free. You can tell both your neck and your ankles are also kind of strapped. That's what's holding you to the ceiling. Do any of you have, like, long hair or beards or anything? Because they would be falling to the ground. I'm about to say, with all of the weight, the hair falls.
Yeah.
And you guys watch as she begins to finish up stitching Ari closed. Ari also, you can see she is awake, and the tubing, whatever it is from your head, leads down to this cap that Ari is wearing with 4 hoses sticking out of it. Are you guys trying to do this stealthily? Undo your wrist.
Yeah, I'm trying to stealthily.
Then I was about to say, roll me the skill to go along with it, because there are lots of nurses in this room. Okay. The good news is, Hollister, you got free, but you weren't very quiet about it. Raka, you also got free, and you were much quieter about it as you guys kind of struggle with it. One of the nurses go, it looks like they're all awake. They're trying to free themselves. And the nurse goes, no mind with them. As the click, click, click of heels that Finbar and Ari know as Gloria walks into the room. Now, this is long before our dinosaur fiasco, but the shaved head of Gloria is pristine. You know it. And she comes in and says, yes, my siblings and I will like this very much. Yes, Bhaal shall rise any day, and her body is perfect. It is the perfect incubator for his spawn. The cloning process has begun. We should have roughly 250 of her by tomorrow morning.
Gloria's actually the worst. She's got the worst name.
She really does.
Right.
It's rather unfortunate.
With my free hand, I'm going to try to pull the suction cup off my head.
Okay, yeah, just, it pops free. Like, pops right off. It looked like it was just kind of stuck on there. And Gloria goes, kitty, kitty, kitty. Don't get too excited. We have plans for all of you. You have served your purpose. Tricked Ari's mind into believing that she was loved, had a family. We just wanted to make sure her heart could handle it, make sure she still had that childlike vibrancy. And she does. Come. And some of the nurses come in and begin bringing all of you off the ceilings. These nurses are draped in white. Red blood stains their robes. And most defining are the medical tools that stick out of their skull, wreathing their head like a crown. And she says, well, come along. We'll take you back to your rooms.
Shall we kill them now?
It's tempting.
There might be too many of them. I don't know.
I like the other place better.
Gloria goes, shh. There's somebody that has missed you. And she opens a door. She leads you down this kind of medical hallway as you talk. People scream from rooms on the other side. The echoing of chains swinging somewhere. And she opens the door to this room and goes, please.
I look inside.
What? Yeah, same.
Seems to be an empty room.
Let's push them in there and close the door.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
Can I push?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a dex. You've got Gloria
Dex,
and the
okay.
nurses with you. Yeah.
Okay, I got a +2 on Dex, so
Yeah, I was
let's
about to say, make
see
that
if
Dex
it
check.
works. Oh, God.
You go to push, and Gloria steps to the side and pushes you in the room instead, and she says, anybody else?
How many of the nurses are there?
There are 2 nurses and Gloria, which is, she's this kind of pale-skinned elf figure with no hair. She's been shaved bald.
Yeah, a number of them.
She's terrible.
We
can take
do. Fuck it! I've made bad decisions this far. Let's do this.
Thunderdome!
You guys gonna attack him?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll initiative really quickly.
Oh boy.
All right, so that's the nurses rolled in that one. Hello, nurse.
That's good. Hello, Nursey.
Hello. And Gloria rolled a 16.
Ooh.
Or a 17, I'm sorry. All right, so I'm just going to have you guys quick call your numbers out to me, Finbar.
19.
19, Ari.
Sorry, is this
Initiative, we're going to initiative. Raka, what's yours?
That's what I thought. So.
I am 15.
15. And Hollister?
11.
And Marzen?
6.
6. All right, and Ari, what did you roll? A 16. All right,
16.
So the nurses roll go last, of course, because they rolled in that one. So first up is actually Finbar, and that will be followed by Gloria. So you beat her. So you are going to attack. What is the very first thing you'd like to do? And who?
I would
Let
like
me know
to
who.
scream Thunderdome at the nurses and Gloria, and ask them to roll a Constitution saving throw. Being the
Right.
worst.
I'm just gonna roll one for the nurses and then one for Gloria. So
Yeah.
nurses have different stats. Well, nurses rolled a nat 20.
Well, shit.
Well,
Fine.
and a 13 probably does not make it for Gloria.
No, but 14 points of damage
Okay.
is what they
Okay.
take. Fail save, creature takes. Oh, they still take.
Half.
Oh, half damage, yeah, half damage, yep. So,
Okay, so the nurses will take
they
half.
still take 7 each, yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, the nurses look to be less hardy than Gloria. She takes the full damage, but doesn't stagger a whole lot backwards under the weight of that. And, it becomes Gloria's turn, and she laughs, oh, Finbar, and reaches out with her dagger. So let me make sure I've got these stats right here.
And do we have any weapons on us, or are we disarmed?
You guys are, once again, actually, you know, it's funny, you probably would be disarmed. The closest weapons in range would be the ones on Gloria. And
Or my club.
it looks like you can, your claws, definitely. And it looks like all of the nurses, like I said, have medical tools, knives and scissors and things stuck in their skull. So if you could remove one, you could definitely use it as a weapon. Let's see, what was I doing? Right. Rolling this thing, yeah. Make sure I get the stat right, because she just got higher. The Shadow Dancer, which is what she is, gets a... At a 23 to hit Finbar.
Just about.
Just maybe.
Just a
It's,
little.
and she actually reaches out. It's her spiked chain that she kind of whips around to hit you. And I just want to make sure I get that right. 2d6. Oh, for a great 6 points of damage as this chain, like, kind of smacks the side of your leg that has these spikes welded to it. Moving right along, that would be Ari. Ari, you're standing in this kind of a thin hallway, all of you, trying to be ushered into this empty room.
I would like to see if I can maybe slip away and not be ushered into the room.
Sure. You just kind of want to, like, fade into the background?
Yes, just kind of, I am the shadows.
So roll me
I am
a
crunk
stealth.
against the wall going, ah.
Yeah,
Okay,
roll me the stealth to go along with that, and we'll just quick see. I don't think anybody's going to notice you because we're in combat. I mean, if you're trying to, like, slip away, you probably will. I would say at a 16, you're definitely able to, like, back up. Going the opposite way down the hallway, it's definitely dark, tons of shadows to hide in. As you kind of dodge into one, are you staying there or are you trying to, like, leave?
I'm staying there. I still want to have an eye on what's going on,
Okay.
but I don't want to get
Sure.
caught up in that room.
Yeah, so you kind of do the, like, wall hug thing where you stick in the shadows in a doorway somewhere. Is there anything else you want to do, Ari? Or is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Ari playing it safe. I like it. Raka.
Well, I am going to use my Dread Ambusher attack on her. I'm going to strike at her with my claws.
One of the nurses or Gloria?
Gloria.
Right. Wonderful.
Sorry.
That hits.
Okay, so if I hit with this first attack with the Dread Ambusher, I can attack again. I will roll damage for this.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
She takes 5 points of claw damage, and I will attack again.
Love it. That's it. That's a hit.
So, once again, she takes claw damage and an additional D8 damage.
You guys watch as he like. She does seem to be flesh and blood. This Gloria, as you rip away a part of her face and chest with your claws. She kind of screams out, not expecting that at all. Hollister.
Okay. As bonus action, I'm going to use my last second level spell slot to summon a Shadow Blade.
Cool, love it.
And are one of the nurses within 5 feet of Gloria? Excellent.
Sure.
All right, I will run up to Gloria and for my action use Green Flame Blade.
Woohoo! All right,
Yeah.
make that attack.
Oh.
At an 11 does not hit Gloria.
Okay. I
She like dodges it.
Still getting used to this. I think that's about all I've got.
And you hear one of the nurses go, "I thought we took their weapons. We did." The other says back, from underneath. And Marzen, you are just inside the doorway where they like pushed you in, and you can see all this happening on the other side of it. The door remains open.
Great. I'm going to produce flame before I go crazy. So before I rage as a barbarian, I'm going to use the last bit of druid magic I have and try to hit Gloria with produce flame.
All right.
Ooh, 17 to it?
17 will hit Gloria.
Excellent. 2d8.
Wait, are we in dim light or darkness?
We are, I would say that the hallway is dimly lit. It's got like sconces on the walls. The room you were moving into was pretty well lit. So 6 and 3, 9 points total on Gloria.
That's right.
All right. She is still on her feet, actually. Still standing. And that makes it the nurse's turn. The first nurse reaches out. You watch as she removes some kind of like scalpel from her skull. It is unnaturally long, as if to cut into a rib cage. And she slices open her own mouth and reaches in and pulls out some kind of syringe full of a blue liquid, and is going to try to inject it into Finbar's arm. Because why wouldn't she? So
I take drugs from strangers.
An attack. Only gets a +1 to that attack, though, and she misses as she goes to try to stab Finbar. The other one does the same thing, but she removes a pair of scissors and like cuts through her stitching, removing the syringe that clearly was midway down her throat. As she goes, in fact, to stab. She doesn't like Hollister with that sword, so she's going to stab him.
That's fair.
And she misses too, but they are both now armed with something sharp and this mystery syringe. And we loop back to the top to Finbar.
Oh, I don't like this. Get off me with your syringes! I'm going to cast my second Thunder Wave at them to try and blast them away from me. So it's con saves on them.
For the nurses?
For the nurses. Whoever's trying to syringe me, honestly.
That would be the nurses, so they'll take a -1. Both of them fail.
They're blasted away from me by 15 feet, and they take 15. Oh wait, those are D10s. These are d8s.
Aw.
10 points of damage. I was going to say, how did I get 15 on d8?
The nurses take quite a lot of
Really good roll.
damage. Yeah, that was a good roll. But you knock them actually into the room, Finbar. Marzin, I'm gonna have you make a dex save really quick
Okay, let
to
me just figure
dodge
out
the
my
two
dex.
nurses that come flying in the room at you.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I do it well.
Yeah, you watch as these two nurses come flying in the room and you like dodge out of the way as their bodies smash against the back wall. They're now 15 feet from Finbar and only about 10 feet from you, Marzin, inside of the room with you.
Come out!
It is Gloria's turn. She does not like how this is going, at all. She's going to make all 3 of her spiked attack as she, like, whips this thing around, and it's going to try to hit 3 of you, including, Raka, Hollister, and Finbar. Oh, don't type that into chat. That is not how you roll dice. So the first one to attack Finbar is a 17.
I'll look at him.
The second is a 15 to Hollister.
That misses.
Yeah. And the last one is a 22 to Raka. Is that it? Yes. I get at least one. Okay, great. And I need you to make a DC Dex save as the whip smacks you to make sure it doesn't wrap around you and you become grappled.
Just a straight deck save?
Uh-huh. Well, there's going to be a few things that could possibly happen, but we'll see. At an 11, does not, in fact, make it. So you guys watch as a chain whips around. The two of you duck, and it smacks Raka across his cat face, wrapping around his neck. It starts out doing basic damage, but this is the fun part. It does an additional round of necrotic damage. You guys watch this blackish blue energy do 4d10 of necrotic damage as well. So you take a total of 33 points of damage as this thing wraps around, begins to crush the throat of Raka.
I'm not looking well.
Turn. That's Ari. Ari's turn.
Ooh. Are you muted, Alex?
I am muted. Okay, so Ari, at this point, she's going to see that since the person is now attacking her friends, she's going to try and come up from behind and do her infamous painful wedgie.
Oh, are you bringing that into Baal's Dominion? All right.
I am.
Oof.
I am going to slide through and attempt the girthiest of wedgies.
Ooh, girthy.
All right. Who's wedgie? Is it Gloria's wedgie or one of? Oh no, it has to be Gloria because that's the only one you're in range of. She does have
It's
her
of
back
daring
to you,
length and adventurous girth.
So here's what I'm gonna say. You just have to make the strength. Basically a basic attack roll is what I'm gonna let you make. She is going to make a dex at disadvantage because her back is to you. She's not.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Come on.
here's what I'm going to do.
Come on. Come on, Ari.
Which
Don't
one
fail
is
me
higher? So she only rolled
Look
an
at-
11.
No! I only rolled a 5!
Unfortunately, Ari, she doesn't wear underwear.
Oh.
You reach in to empty
old
leather
commando.
pants. The old commando. Ari begins digging in this woman's pants at no avail. She goes,
It's all
hey!
making sense now.
My nightmare! Leather pants and no underwear.
That
Yeah.
just sounds like a chafing journey gone wrong.
Yeah, it's all bad. It's just
The
all
worst.
bad. All you get is that little bit of a pinch at the end. Raka, it is your turn. You have this thing wrapped around your neck, though you can still move your hands and your legs freely.
I'm just going to run at her and try to claw her eyes out.
I love it. Okay, you like basically
I love
jump
it.
on Gloria.
Did that roll?
Doesn't look like it.
Well,
Why don't
let
you
me
give me
roll it
another roll?
again.
There we go. That
Well,
came
you
through.
that's terrible. The other one was good. Oh well.
At an 11. What were you trying to do? Just make the claw attack?
Yeah, just trying to claw her.
That doesn't, it doesn't hit her. Yeah, it kind of misses as she pulls tight around the neck.
Okay.
Oh, you get to make another dexterity to pull
Yeah.
free. Yes. Let me guess a donation.
Also, yes, Indian Vikings donate to give everybody a D10,000, which I'll put the format for in a VMix chat, so you guys can just copy and paste that out. It's /die
boy.
1D10,000.
Get on those
Uh-oh.
D10,000s.
Oh boy.
This is the perfect time too.
Die 1. D.
Come on, give me a
10,000
good
or
number.
1,000?
Wait,
10.
does that include me or just the players? I should ask that. That's probably a good idea.
I'll just play it.
Okay.
Okay, so while you guys roll, I'll look this up. So Finbar, the next person nearby to use magic is turned into wood.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Okay.
That's not good. Let's see. Hollister's wild magic. All within 50 yards feel unfocused but overwhelming disgust. We're not sure what we're disgusted at. We're just overwhelmed by how much
Just
Gloria,
disgust we
you're just
feel.
disgusted at Gloria.
It's like
in
Gloria,
general.
that's her name.
Mhm.
I think I was
Um,
already feeling that.
Marzen's left foot sprouts a pair of thumbs.
Oh,
Got an extra
Oh.
completely normal.
thumb.
So now
Stand up
you're
to
like,
bed.
yeah, you have a thumb on your foot. Okay.
Raka can't speak unless he is brandishing a weapon. Only speak when brandishing a weapon.
Do natural
All
weapons
right.
count though?
Yeah,
Maybe the claws
kind
count, but he brandishes them. And Ari's wild magic is that the nearest lake is covered by a gigantic tarp. A big old tarp over the next lake.
Okay.
That'll ruin someone's summer.
That sounds like. Yeah, I was about to say.
Does that-
Man. Or
All
slip
right.
and slide, you know, it could turn into a
so-
slip and slide.
So here's what happened. That was Hollister's turn, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Raka's turn. It goes to Hollister. Hollister, how would you like to proceed? Do you have a weapon drawn?
Do we know about these wild magic surges or no?
You don't yet.
All
You
right.
will.
Funny thing is, Hollister's last name is Wood. As I cast Green Flame Blade.
Yep, you guys it again, so wield it, and you guys watch as Hollister from the bottom up
Yep.
begins to turn to stone or to wood, and he turns into almost like a wood carved figure of himself that now stands in the hallway, no longer brandishing any kind of weapon, but hand in place too. And Gloria looks and goes, "Yes, Baal's chaos takes over. He knows what we are doing. He wants us to win. Ari, give in. You will be his princess, his queen."
Sounds like so much responsibility.
And
Also,
it moves right along
Chelsea,
to Marzen.
you get a wild magic surge too as well here, Chelsea.
I should have known that was
Whoever you
coming.
want.
Oh wow.
Oh, I get to give it?
Well, no, it's for one of your NPCs, I should say.
Oh, okay. There we go. So 99.91.
Ooh, 9991. The water in this area boils at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's really easy
So
to
room
boil
temperature.
water in this
At room temperature.
Everything's boiling.
Okay. That I can deal with that. All right. All right, let's keep moving because we got a lot of wild magic surges. Marzen, your turn. You're in the room now with the two nurses. You watch as your companion turns to wood. Yeah, that's kind of what you see.
Okay, and I guess I'm sprouting a couple thumbs on my left foot, and I'm sure that doesn't feel great.
I was about to say, are you wearing shoes?
Yeah, like
I
sort
picture
of.
this as like you know how cats technically have thumbs. They're like the one on the bottom side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the little softy piece on the bottom side. That's what you begin to sprout on the bottom of your feet. Something's growing in your shoes. It begins to feel disgusting and make your feet very tight.
Okay, well, I don't like that. I'm gonna try to lock these nurses just into this room, but before I close
cool.
the door, I'm gonna just drop a flaming sphere in there, and they have what is it? They have to roll a dex against it, and it fills up an entire 5-foot space. So
they did
just
roll a
dropping it in
19. I was about to say, so basically what you do is you exit the room, and as you go to close the door, you toss this in. They did roll a 19, but isn't it, don't they still take half damage for that because it's an explosion?
Exactly. Yeah, so...
Yeah, roll me that damage. Now, you don't have that much left.
Okay, let me see here. 2d6. Old d6. So that's a 5.
1d6.
And a 1, 6.
So 6. So they both take 6 points of damage. You watch as their white robes singe up as you close the door. You can hear them screaming and burning on the inside. Gloria is pissed and realizes that she is outnumbered. It is in fact the nurse's turn, but they can't really do anything, and they're not going to try to do anything because they're dying. So we'll call them off the board. And it loops back around to Finbar's turn. Finbar.
Who have I got left in front of me here?
Only Gloria. Your wooden friend, Gloria, and now all of you are outside of the room. Marzen has stepped out. He's still wrapped up, your Taxaby friend, with the chain around his neck, and seems to be pretty severely hurt.
Well, I would heal him, but instead there's a Gloria in front of me, and I feel disgusted by her, quite frankly.
Yes.
I don't know how... I don't know why I'm so repulsed, but I know that I am. And so...
She's wearing leather pants with no underwear.
I can... right. Let's see. I'm going to... No. No, does Gloria hold a weapon right now?
The only thing she's got is that chain whip out. She has a dagger at her hip.
Okay, I'm gonna take the chain whip from her if I can.
Oh, okay. Maybe just opposed of... I guess I'd say Dex, because she's gonna try to pull away, and you're, I guess, trying to grab for it, so we'll just say Dex.
Oh, did my 19 Dex save break myself free from the chain? No? Okay.
Oh, yeah, you did. You broke free of the chain. You were able to, break it off of you, so I guess it's probably just in your hand. She definitely doesn't make it, so Finbar, you snatch it from her. She goes, no!
Yes.
I am gonna have you make a con save, as necrotic energy is about to pulse through your veins.
12.
No.
No.
Take 16 points of necrotic damage as it rushes through your body from taking the chain from her hands.
Oh! Ow! Mistakes were made. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna hit her with it.
Okay. You'll get one hit, but she, and actually I'll say, she's gonna try to make a DC Dex save. If not, then she becomes grappled by it when somebody other than her is wielding it. So...
Damn it, Gloria!
An 18. So she only needed to beat a 14. So she does wiggle free. It doesn't wrap around her, but she still takes the damage. So just make the attack, Finbar, like you usually would with your strength. Or whatever your modifier is. I can't remember.
Yes, 5, so that's a... Oh, bollocks. That's a 7.
Oh, so close. It definitely doesn't hit her. I was about to say, it doesn't hit her. But you do have control of her whip, and it is her turn. And she says, I am tired of this! And she shouts out. And when that happens, her 2 siblings appear behind them, and they say, we are going to give you all a chance. If not, I'm going to open this door. And
Number 3?
It, yes, he says, this one, the red door. And he says, and when I do, you will all die. And Ari, you are coming with us. So you can all come willingly, or I will release the Horde.
Horde, you say? What kind of
Horde
horde?
of what?
Fans?
Unimportant. And he says, guess we'll have to find out.
Puppies.
And he begins to turn the doorknob and pushes the door open. And when he does, you look into the room, and the room is filled with zombies, about 20 or 25, and they pour out of the room, jumping on the lot of you, overpowering you and beginning to rip you to pieces. Ari, she grabs you, Gloria does, by the neck and looks you dead in the eyes, and she says, "You don't understand, Ari. You could have everything. You are the mother of Bhaal's army. You can lead them, rule them. All you have to do is come with us."
Holy mother of balls.
And you hear your friends being ripped to shreds behind you.
Except for me, because I'm wood.
Except for you, because you're wood. But they do tip you over.
That's okay.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Finbar's like, and Ari, she says, "Please, let me show you." And she ushers you down the hallway. Do you join her?
Yes. But
She
very
leads you down-
tentatively.
And the three of them kind of group behind you, pushing you farther away as the crying pains of your party die off in the background. Only the memories of you guys playing games together remain. And she slides open a door, and you look into a room left and then right. A pain in your belly starts, as if whatever they put in there is beginning to latch on, attaching itself to you, feeding from you. And what you see is hundreds of feet left and right of tables lined up and copies of yourselves laying on them, Ari. Clones of yourself, all pregnant. Some of them writhing in pain as they are giving birth, their water breaking. Some of them dying as these Bhaal spawn eat their way out. And you stand there in the door and she says, "Don't you see, Ari? Our army will be formed soon. Bhaal will rise. And together you and he will rule the mortal world."
Can't beat him, join him.
And that is where we will end today's episode.
I whisper, "It's a good deal, I take it."
Oh, man. Nice.
Lordy!
Boy. Damn it, Gloria!
Damn it, it's always Gloria's fault.
Oh,
Wait, I feel like
wow.
we'll have to boil lakes later. I was gonna use water in the next game, so we'll just hang on to that. We're gonna hang on to that
That's
wild
okay.
magic.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, well, my friends, that's all going to end tonight's episode of the Trials of Bhaal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, of course, let us know down in the chat. If you haven't followed the show yet, be sure to hit the follow button and join us. And stick around for our next game, which is happening in just a few minutes' time, which is Skyrim Death of a Dragonborn. So stick with us for some Skyrim action in the Helheim Unbound rule set. But let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys? Chelsea, great job tonight. How was it?
It was fun. I knew when I heard that one of our regulars was going to be out, I was like, ooh, Ari was out last time. I'm thinking a flashback episode. So that's what we did, and I was excited. There were a lot of things I wanted to make clear about Ari's trajectory with the Bhaal spawn, and her kind of being the perfect place to grow them. So this was kind of a fun way to play into that, and to challenge Ari to have to dive into, I guess, a past she didn't have. So yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it
really
was
fun.
a nice confusing mixture. That's for sure.
I'll tell you what, though. Let me tell you something. I started looking up like creepy kids games. There's some scary stuff out there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Ring Around the Rosies was all about getting the plague.
So
Yep.
you should know, if you guys had played it, all of you would have caught the plague. So that was the thing.
Again?
Is like
Cool.
So there were like 1,000 choices you could have made. So anyways, it was like I just had so much fun researching these disgusting, horrible children's tales. So anyways, if you want to know more of the horrible, disgusting things that I bring to my tabletop role playing, you can follow me at Little Red Dot on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be heading to next week. I'll actually be out. I'm heading over to Gen Con. I'm so super excited. So make sure to follow me on either Twitter or Insta so that you can see all the live streaming that I'll be doing and all the mini games and crazy stuff I'll be doing from there. But other than that, you can catch me in a few different places on Mondays. I play in a Princess of Apocalypse campaign on Wednesdays. You can check me out in the North by Northwest podcast. I'm here on Thursdays. Saturdays, you can catch me over on Roll For It. We're playing through a Word of Darkness campaign right now. And Sundays, including this Sunday, will be on my channel, in fact, here on Twitch, which you can also follow. Just going through some tabletop Dungeons and Dragons shenanigans with Sunday Fun Day. It's where I like to drink on Sunday mornings, and you get to join me. So yeah, that's all the places you can follow me. And thanks for hanging out, chat. You guys made it fun today.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Awesome. Same question, Shandor. Enjoy yourself, and of course, if there's anywhere we can find you online, then please do let us know.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm not really on the Twitters and the Facebook so much, but I did make a Discord, so you can find me there at ShandorDD on the Discord. And this was like really awesome. You know, it was such fun. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, great to be here. It was great fun. Great job, Madame Gandalf. As always, fantastic. Yeah, muted.
You're muted.
Muted. There we go. Hey!
I just thought you were speechless.
I just, words cannot express. I mean, they truly can't. Words cannot really sum up how awesome Chelsea is as a dungeon master and how much fun you and life you bring to your sessions. It still truly blows me away every week. And I've been doing this for several weeks now. So like, yeah, like, thank you so much, Chelsea. It's always a surprise. It's always welcomed. And oh gosh, if one Ari was not enough, then hundreds of them, or possibly thousands of them, giving birth to more. This is too many of both Finbars and Aries in the world. Exactly. You could tell the Bhaal is worshipping hell.
I think we have an evil Derek as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he has his other twin. Lordy. Yep. So, you know, so nice they made it twice for at least a lot of these. It's great. But yeah, I always have fun. And if you're also looking for more fun, my name is Madame Gandalf, and I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do some cooking. I do D&D as well on Wednesdays, based in the world of The Witcher. As well as a veritable quandary of different games. I think Will interrupted. Well, Will came in while I was playing Resident Evil 7. Interrupted. He interrupted me with this lovely thing called raiding, and how dare he show such support to those members of his community? How dare! In such a lovely way. But yeah, so if you would like to come by and have some fun, come by to the Green Dragon Tavern and have a drink on me, guys. Yeah, cheers.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Madame Gandalf. And let's see. Team Mother, great job tonight as Raka. How was that?
Oh, it was much fun. I had built him. I had made him a while ago for something else, and I thought, well, let's see if he dies here today.
Great stuff. And is there any way we can find you online?
As I'm merely a figment of your imagination. If you follow me, you're following yourself. So, don't follow me.
Don't follow me.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a dare.
That was deep.
Oh my god, and he fades into the darkness. He really was a ghost.
There was never anyone called Team Mother.
I was never here at all.
Great stuff. Oh man, last but not least, Solstin, same questions.
Hey, fantastic session. Absolutely. Thank you. You can find me on Twitter at Solstin, right here on Twitch as well. I stream a few days a week. Sundays I actually stream a D&D campaign as well in a custom setting. Possibly going to add on my Monday group into a stream as well if I can figure out how to get that to work. Most of the time you can find me doing various voices in VR chat. Mainly Vegeta, but sometimes other characters. And yeah. YouTube, same thing. Everything's Solstin. I keep the branding easy, so.
Nice and easy to remember. Cool. Great stuff. Well, it's been another eventful episode of the Trials of Bhaal. If you guys want to come along and sign up and play, here's a link to come and do so, ! Play there in the chat. You can join our Discord, which is where we handle all the sign-ups these days. And we're close to 1,000 folks in the Discord, so definitely go and join there so we can hit that big 1K and have a big party. But I'll see you guys in a few minutes' time for Skyrim Death of a Dragonborn. Until then, try not to roll too many net ones. We want to be here laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye!